This is a red stick. This is a red stick. This is a red stick. 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 Red stick.
This is insane, you guys.
Yo, this is sexy, man.
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the PanelsOnPages.com podcast with your host, Lee Rodriguez.
At the end of the day, babies are terrible people, and I'm not sorry for saying it.
Jason Knize.
Motherfucker, I won best costume!
Jose Guzman.
Yeah, I know nothing about Firestorm, except for his hat's always burning.
And Kelly Harris.
Boy, love, it appears we got a penis in the mail.
I glued my fucking eyes shut!
I just want to see all these Yelp reviews of Jose's jizz.
Oh, sorry, I knocked over the salt.
Like you had anything better to do.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today is Tuesday, November 20th, 2018, and this is episode number 448 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I'm your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Knize.
You're getting really good at this, Lee.
Oh, thanks. Jose Guzman.
Sweet dick. Can I take a pic?
And Kelly Harris.
Let us see those titties and hog.
It's gonna be a fun one. This is gonna be a good show. Been a real hectic day. Kid came home with lice, so that's been a whole fucking thing. But I think we managed to get it early.
Shave his head. Shave his head.
No, I don't think we'll have to. It's gonna be all right.
It doesn't matter to me if you have to.
Well, but also he just got what is really and truly, like, for the first time ever in his whole little short life,
Like a
like
full
a
head?
nice haircut.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like a proper little gentleman.
The hair follicles finally traveled all across of his head.
And it looks like, he sat down for like a proper haircut. He looks really super fucking cute.
It's a handsome boy.
Some goddamn trash bag person is like, nah, I'm gonna send my child there to daycare with a full-on fucking infestation.
How many kids are in that daycare?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, Jax has been kind of a constant for
they
a
come
couple
and go.
years now. But, the other ones kind of cycle in and out. And this kid's been there for a few. Look, man, I don't know. Let's say weeks, because months makes me sound like a shithead. But, like, I don't know these fucking kids. I don't know. Like, I know her kids. I like her kids. Her kids are fine. But I don't know the other kids. They're not important but to me. But apparently this little fucker came in just with a head brimming with life.
That's so gross.
Yabo,
so gross.
We got lice.
So gross. And like, he's like a little kid. So aren't you like, he's younger than, he's like 2.5, 3 years old. It's like, aren't you like bathing him, like washing his hair every day? Like, how do you not know that it's that bad? Like, it's not like there were just a couple. This kid was like fucking brimming over. So
All right, see, here's where you went wrong. You assumed they bathe them.
I guess that is probably where I went. You're probably right about that. So fucking gross. But
skull vampires, follicle gypsies, hair lawyers. One thing is clear: it's kill or be killed.
No. It's more of a nuisance, really. It's not that big a deal. So, I've collected your hats and your coats.
To be burned!
To be washed.
What do we do about our heads?
I'm not gonna lie. Lie!
No! All we...
I love that episode of The Office.
no, that's accurate. Like, this bitch fucked up like my next day and a half. We had to wash all the fucking bedding and all the. Because what if it didn't start today? What if it was yesterday? So I had to fucking wash all the bedding, all the jackets. Ugh. Like, Nicole would have went to jail if she'd gotten in. That bitch had been there today. She was so upset. As well she should be, because it's fucking trash fire people. Garbage people, I tell you. But other than that, man, fucking, it's been all right. The kid, Jax, has been just a fucking blast lately. Super awesome. Like not being a little asshole like at all. Like he hasn't told me he hated me or anything in a while. It's been great. I think it's been super fun and cheerful and like listening to stuff, and it's been fun.
And apparently taking up new hobbies. I saw.
What's that? Which one?
Watching football.
Yeah. Fucking in-laws were in town over the weekend, and I didn't know we could even watch football in this house, but he figured out how to make it happen. And he was...
You can watch football on Prime.
He was uncomfortably into this fucking football game. Like, way into it. And everyone else thought it was adorable. I'm like, this is a problem. This is a big problem for me in a number of ways.
All right. We got to drop someone from Pop Fantasy Football so Jax can join next year.
Oh.
You're going to have to help him, though, Lee.
Oh, God. He looked good with that belt, I'm just saying. They're fucking great with
shirtless. That belt. Absolutely shirtless.
Totally shirtless. Abso-fucking-lutely.
I don't know if I've actually ever seen a picture of Jax wearing a shirt.
If he's wearing a shirt, odds are he's not wearing pants.
Yeah, that's a real that's a real hard combination to get.
He's not a fan of the pants. Not a big fan. The other day we're like, hey, let's get ready to go. He goes, I want to take my pants off. But we're actively trying to leave, but I want to take them off. Like,
I mean, most of my day is me waiting to be able to take my pants off.
Yeah, I mean, I respect it. I understand.
He just doesn't get the social cues of it all.
Well, football aside, it's been pretty good. I found a couple of bins of old toys on the garage a couple weeks ago, like old, Toy Biz, superhero figures, some X-Men stuff,
cool.
A whole bunch of those old Ghost Rider toys, and
Topical.
He fucking loved all that shit. And then, that led to him kind of looking around a little more, and I lost my pile of shit to sell on eBay. That got ate up real fast. A little box from the corner full of Legends figures that have been phased out, some Transformers that replaced whatever. And he's like, "Oh, hey, is this box for me too?" And I'm like, "No,
I guess."
Apparently, so I have practically nothing left to sell now. But that's okay because it's a pain in the ass anyhow. So, but it's been great. But yeah, like I said, in-laws were in town over the weekend. We had lots of activities. That was good.
Oh.
It was all nice and busy. Fucking put up the Christmas tree way too early, but it's super festive in the house now. It's nice. Can't complain. Went to the Caney Fork in Nashville. Had lots of exotic critters to eat for dinner. That was great. Fucking rad restaurant.
Just last week, I was making fun of you for all the different animals you eat, and you're like, "No, I haven't been to the Caney Fork in a while." That has nothing to do with this not heart attack.
It was awesome because I didn't have a heart attack.
So treat yourself.
That's the operative story.
Yeah.
The point of that story is I didn't have a heart attack. But fucked up my neck, though, because we ended up sleeping on air mattresses upstairs while they were here. Nicole's like, we should give them our bed. I'm like, I don't want to give them our bed. She's like, they're old and shit. I'm like, yeah, well, I don't like giving up my space. It's already going to be a shock to my routine. I don't want to give up my bed. And she's like, come on. I'm like, I don't want to. There's plenty of, like, if you want to sleep in bed, there's hotels. Nice hotels around here. Most of them very unstabby. Like, it's nice. It'd be fine. And then she's like, yeah, well, think about what happened last time they were here. And she got me. Because every time that they come to visit, they do stay upstairs. And I understand it can get a little cramped with, like, bags and suitcases and whatever. But it's like they have a contest to see who can knock over more of my shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it's unbelievable. Like, how much stuff that manages to stand upright for 360 days a year. The 5 days they're here, like, it's laid waste to. So, like, you know what? You got me. You got me, or it actually hurt. We'll sleep in the air mattresses upstairs. You know what? Not a fucking thing fell when we were up here. It's amazing how that works out.
And those air mattresses aren't so bad. I mean, you said you hurt your neck, but they're doable.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying it was, like, but it was also the twin air mattress.
Oh,
because I'm a man of large stature. I'm a recovering fat fuck. We're on the way down. from full fat fuck status, which is nice, but I'm still much bigger than my lady. So we can't sleep on a queen air mattress together because she ends up sleeping on the hump, and that's not comfortable. No one wants to sleep on the hump. So we fucking decided we were gonna Lucy and Ricky it, and get queen air mattresses, and I'm just spilling over every side of this fucking thing. Like I'm too big for it in every possible way. So like I was just dangling someplace, and I guess I must have dangled the head too hard, and so my fucking neck's a little jacked up. But robots are still standing. So ultimately, I feel like it was worth it.
My grandparents had double beds. Talking Lucy and Ricky, and I think they were full-size water beds that they had for my entire life.
That's awesome.
I thought water beds were so cool, man.
Dude,
I had
water
a
beds are the shit.
all throughout high school. And looking back on it, I can't believe that was ever a thing.
Yeah, you don't really see water beds these days.
No, it is fundamentally a terrible idea and almost impossible to have sex in. Very difficult.
Harder difficulty rating than a hammock?
It's no hammock. It's no hammock, but it's tough. It's tough.
But didn't we determine a hammock is doable?
I've yet to see proof.
Yeah.
Like I still maintain hammock is all but nigh impossible.
I think
like,
Mahoney claims that a hammock is possible, but I will need to see the security
Mahoney
cam
also
footage.
just likes to win, so he could be making shit up, fucking padding his numbers.
Yeah.
Listen, I haven't had sex in a hammock, but it's clear that you can have sex in a hammock.
Okay.
I don't know.
Come on over. I got a hammock, and I'll screw any one of you.
That is a hell of a lead-in, Mahoney.
I'll take you up on that offer, Mahoney. Call your bluff.
I had sex in a waterbed. I'm not saying it was easy. Easily the worst sex of my life, and not just because I was in high school, but because it was very tricky to pull off.
I am, okay, in all sincerity, very interested to see Lee's technique. I feel like you have a lot of trouble in a lot of different situations, and I'm not sure why.
Well, there's no the waterbed has no base. Like there's no, you can't get any leverage.
You must have just a lot of motion.
Yeah.
What do you need all this base for? What do you need all this support?
Yeah, don't you ever just reverse cowgirl it, Lee? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like I guess I fuck well, Mahoney. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Apparently,
Lee
Why don't you
fucks
come over
confirmed.
and see this hammock I got.
See, the hammock can't handle it. That's the thing. There's no way. Yeah, it's not good. Not good. But that's all I got. It's a pretty uneventful week in all the right ways. We're gearing up for Thanksgiving, in which apparently 22 people are coming to my house Thursday.
Oh
fuck
no!
that.
Oh
And, like,
no!
I didn't know that we knew 22 people.
Is
like,
this just?
If I
Wait,
had-
are we all going?
Is this just friends or is this
22
family?
people, I'd be hard pressed. And I don't think I'm blood related to any of them.
Well, good.
Yeah, Mom is going to my brother's house. My brother and his fiance are hosting her family, and they gave us the invite, but we'd already made these plans, and people had, booked on coming here, so we're gonna meet them over the weekend. But that means that it's gonna be basically just we're having Friendsgiving on Thanksgiving, essentially. So it'll be nice.
Been there.
It's a lot of people. We have a 26-pound turkey.
Jesus,
big fucking bird. Big old bird. It's gonna be fun.
What's the
That's all I
rule?
got.
How many minutes?
what are you
do
gonna
cook it?
cook that in?
Our oven.
All right.
It's thawing in Jennifer's bathtub as we speak. Big fucking bird, you guys. Big fucking bird. So, what's going on with you guys? Anything exciting happening in your world?
Well, we went from the podcast last week, and then the next morning was hitting the airport to head to Anime NYC.
Shit, that's right. You guys fucking hung up your jerseys. Hired your numbers.
We did. We went out on top. We went out on our own terms, and boy, oh boy, was it nice.
That's great.
Was it nice? It was so nice not to just be fucked in the ass and fired again.
Forced out over some dumb shit.
Left them wanting more, which felt good. Felt good. Little ego boost. But man,
dig that.
It was, how do you say, cold while we were there. I don't know if you guys saw any of the news reports about the absolute assload of snow that dumped on New York and the Northeast on
I actually
Thursday.
did not. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
no, you guys got fucked.
It came so hard.
We got in Wednesday and it was pretty cold, but it was nice out. And then Thursday we were supposed to be going around the city getting footage of landmarks and shit and doing our usual pre-show shots, and it was supposed to snow at one point. Like I believe it was supposed to start snowing at 12 and snow from 12 to 2, and then it was going to be like rain and sleet after that. So we're like, well, we wanted to get the rink at Rockefeller Center. And I was telling Jose, I was like, wouldn't that be dope if we could do that as it's snowing? So we're out in the city. We hit up Times Square.
That's a very good idea.
We hit up Radio City Music Hall, and then we head over to Rockefeller Center. It's not snowing at that point, but people are on the ice rink. The tree and the statue are all under scaffolding because the tree lighting's the 28th, so they just put it up, and I think they're in the midst of decorating it. So I had to get a specific angle on that to get the shot, but that was cool. We then made our way down to the Javits Center. Brought all our equipment down, saying hi to everybody, kind of getting things set up. And we were supposed to go out that afternoon to this ramen place that's a partner with the convention, and they've got 3 world-renowned ramen chefs that are going to be working there, and we were going to get some footage and some interviews and shit. And
world-renowned ramen chefs.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
And then it starts snowing. And it's coming down. A lot.
Like it was like drizzling snow when we went in, and then it was covered in snow the next time we looked out the window.
Yeah. So we're looking at Ubers to get over to this ramen place, and they're talking surge prices of like $50.
Oh,
let's wait a little bit. Let's wait and see if the prices change. And they didn't, because it kept snowing and it kept getting worse. So eventually,
yeah, but a supply and demand issue.
Yeah, eventually we brave the snow and a surge pricing Uber and made it down to this ramen place, which was packed, by the way. Jose could barely fit in there, let alone both of us. So I loitered at the noodle shop next door while he hopped in there and got a bunch of shots. Since I was loitering for so long, we ate at that shop, and it was pretty damn good. It was like the flat, fresh noodles in broth with meat, and it's like super spicy. It was good, man, especially on a snowy day like that.
Keep talking. That sounds great.
It had to have been, I don't know, man, like even just the ride back, which was still super expensive. The snow was piled up on cars at least 6 inches.
Jesus.
And I feel like it snowed more than just 6 inches because it was a wet snow. But man, it was
that's nuts.
Yeah, apparently the biggest snowstorm in November history in New York, and this was also the first snow of the year too. So everybody lost their goddamn minds.
Oh, so you really got that New York experience.
Jose's niece, who is currently Ubering, made $450 that night.
Oh shit!
Holy shit, that's like stripper money.
Yeah, we were gonna meet up, and she was like, "Nah, dog, I'm in Jersey getting this
Working.
fucking surge pricing."
Damn.
What'd you say, Jose?
So she was working, hitting them screets.
She was. We picked her up as a private Uber to the airport on the way back, so that was pretty cool. Shit. And then the show was fucking huge compared to last year. Like, it wasn't a small show last year, but it was first year. They at least doubled their attendance, it seemed like.
Wow.
It was fucking packed all the time.
Sanioso.
All the damn time. Another great thing is the night that we went to the ramen place, my phone stopped taking a charge.
Oh, good.
So then for the rest of the weekend and even up until now, I have been without a cell phone. And boy, oh boy, is that a real experience.
That sucks.
Traveling, working a show where like you need to be constantly in contact with people, and not to mention it's my watch, it's my clock that I look at. I had no idea what the fuck time it was. Had to rely on Jose to do all the fucking Ubers and getting our tickets checked in and keeping my wife informed of our whereabouts on the plane ride home. My mother called my wife at work because apparently she had been texting me a shitload and not getting a response to find out if I was alive.
Oh no!
Because we did not.
Are you alive?
Did not let her know that my phone was busted. But I look at it glass half full, glass half empty. It is very interesting that I just updated my operating system, and this shit happens, and then it is Black Friday week, and I'm getting emails from Motorola that's like, "Hey, new phones for sale." But then also, if your phone is going to take a shit, what better week for that to happen than Black Friday week?
True enough.
So I'm going to look into some of that.
Was I think what's the Cyber Monday deal for Google? They're going to get a Pixel 3, and you'll get a $50 gift card for the Google Store, and they'll toss in a free Google Home Hub, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, we're looking at some deals, but a lot of these phone deals, you have to add an extra line. It's like, get out of here. Just let me get the phone at the price. I always got to add an extra line. So the convention was kind of nonstop for 3 days. We played at Loosey Goosey Digital Jazz. We only had a few things on. We only had a few things on our to-do list that we wanted to hit. You know, as is tradition, we plan a whole bunch of shit, but it ends up not happening just because of time. But you know, better to have ideas that we don't use than no ideas at all.
Mm-hmm.
Jose has probably the best story of the weekend, and only Jose can tell it.
So, it is the first day of the con. They opened up the Javits to let people inside at 10, but the actual convention floor didn't start till 1. So, it was an Animator. I'm in there. I'm pooping. I'm doing my thing. I'm trying to get ready to do my day.
In his private office.
And then I hear like somebody come hustling, bustling in. Skittering, scattering. Goes to the stall.
A lot of urgency.
Sits down. Oh God. Oh God, where's my badge? Where's my badge? Oh my God. Oh my God, where's my badge? Oh, there it is. So I don't want to laugh or nothing. I don't want to feed into it. I'm hoping he thinks he's just in there alone. So I'm like, let's see where this goes. And he goes on for a little bit longer, just oh God. And then he goes, you filthy animal.
What?
This motherfucker. So he rode with that. I said, all right, guy.
It's fantastic.
You fucking guy.
Jesus Christ.
Oh God. Oh God.
So when he's like saying, I'm imagining he thinks his badge is in the toilet.
Yes.
That's kind of what I had thought.
All over it. And I'm kind of also imagining like he's digging through it. Oh, good. Is it in here?
Oh.
But yeah, anime. There's some odd shit. There's some weird shit. There's for sure. But as a collective unit, as a
community,
they've earned my respect.
Yeah, everybody's there. A lot of people are there just to have a good time, man. A lot of very nice, very chill people that we've met.
Well, that's good.
Couple weirdos, but you know.
Yes.
What are you gonna do?
But I feel like a couple weirdos is good because, you know, I think we've all had those experiences where they have been, by and large, weirdos. So,
yeah. So a couple is all right.
Yeah, a couple weirdos. That's a step in a positive direction. I feel like.
look at it this way. Like, think of it like Comic-Cons, like in the '80s compared to, you know, the 2010s, and then look at anime in the same vein. Like, there were a lot more weirdos in comics back in the 80s, you know, that typical comic book nerd. So, you know, they're starting to diversify and
diversify their bonds.
You know, break out of stereotypes. You know, some are still fucking riding that stereotype pretty hardcore, but it's like I had a realization recently that even though I don't get Dragon Ball Z or ever really watched it or am interested in it, like, that became a cultural touchstone to the point where it's nostalgia now, almost.
Oh, sure.
And I never even considered it would be that. So, big ups. Big ups, anime.
Big up, y'alls. Yo,
it was
fucking
a good one to
wacky
go out
Sailor
on.
Moons, you.
It was fun. It
Just
was
a bunch of fucking, what were they? Robotals?
What?
Toblerones?
Toblerones?
Not the chocolate. Those the little bag of toys. What were those?
Totoro.
Totoro?
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about the
Totoro.
The Sonic.
Oh yeah, let me see your Totoro roll.
The Sonic Boom after party we went to. The Sonic Boom box. They do like all the Comic-Con after parties, and they had one at this place called Spin. It's a ping pong bar.
Oh, that's Susan Sarandon's
owned
place.
by Susan Sarandon. That's what Tito found out.
All right.
Yeah, we've got one of those in Milwaukee.
All right, Antonio.
There's one.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Big shout out to both Tito and Antonio who rode with us this weekend. They were both great.
Yeah.
Antonio was our crew member / volunteer from AwesomeCon the past couple years.
All right,
and he made it up to Anime NYC for this one. He's become a very important part of the team when we're doing shows like that. So and fucking cool ass dude too.
He
Tito,
sounds awful, and I hate him in a completely jealous-free way.
No, you would love him. You would love him. He gets it.
Yeah?
He fucking gets it.
Yeah, I bet he can fuck in a hammock.
Don't be jealous, Mahoney.
He's like to see him try.
He's no Mahoney. He is his own. He's his own boy.
I hate him.
Oh, that's so sweet.
You fucking start single white femaling Mahoney wearing his clothes. Awesome.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we went to this after party to shoot some video, and it was kind of like chill for a little bit. Got a couple shots, and then the hashtag that we bring around with us got out onto the dance floor, and a couple of people were like, "Oh, let me take a picture with that." Went and got the camera light to, you know, improve the light for these photos, and then the light shining on the hashtag was like a fucking bat signal for the freaks. And it went off after that. We had Totoro Limbo going on, people doing fucking power slides. It was insane.
The litest of lits. And it just took one spark to light that keg fucking up.
If those that are listening haven't, I would check out the Anime NYC Twitter, Facebook, and look at some of the videos from the past weekend. We put one together at the end of the weekend, but there were a bunch of little clips that we were providing over the course of 3 days that just kind of show how dope it was. Wish you guys could have been there.
Yeah, it would have been a good time.
Because then you could have told us what some of that shit was. And then to finish out our New York trip, we got together with Jose's niece and her bae. You guys have met. You remember Kelly.
Oh, she's still with that guy?
Kelly,
right? That's a good fella.
Kelly thinks her calling me Silent K is the funniest shit ever. Yeah,
it's amazing.
He's fucking killing it. He's getting into coding and looking to make some of that big money. And she's hustling her ass off too.
Hope it works out for him because I'm in coding,
fucking,
and
dudes, there was a point Sunday night where Zulfikar, no names,
no names,
where Z and Jose were talking the stock market. Like, what is this life?
Welcome to the jungle.
Shit's not.
You start feeling really inadequate, and it's like, oh, I don't know shit about this.
Yeah. So, we all wanted to get dinner, and the niece, we'll call her Destiny, wanted to go to Shake Shack. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go to Shake Shack.
Plain hot dog.
We found a Shake Shack in Nashville last month.
The best part of Shake Shacks that aren't in New York is that they're usually pretty not crowded.
And not in New York.
Yeah.
That was an insane fucking burger experience.
Oh.
You want ice cream? Sure.
Wait until you hear about this experience.
Oh, okay.
So we're a little inebriated on the way to Shake Shack, but we're walking. And we're taking the long way, and we cross these couple of street toughs that are leaning against the wall. And I see one of them whisper to the other one. And I'm like, oh, fuck. What's happening here?
So you turned and said, "What up, blood?"
And as the group of us are passing him, he goes, "I smell it. Who's got it? Where is it?" And proceeds to get in our general way so that we could not keep proceeding to Shake Shack, and would not take no for an answer.
Like, let me hit it. Let me hit it.
I was like, "It's yours, man. It's yours. It's all good." He's like, No. Let me get you a copy of my album." Had Jose in a handshake for a good 2 minutes. That type of situation. And finally, he fucking's like, "Yeah, let me go get you my mixtape." And he bolts one way, we bolt the other. Finally escaped. And then it was like a straight.
We're not taking that back. No, that's yours now.
It was a movie. I felt like we were getting blocked on our way to Shake Shack, like some sort of comedy montage. This huge fucking group of like 30 white girls from the Spirit of America performance team clogged the whole sidewalk. I expected two dudes with a pane of glass to walk across the sidewalk to impede us further. Then there's fucking 4 NYPD cops over here, and I'm a little paranoid. And then I think we finally made it into Shake Shack. And we get in line. And the lady behind the counter leans over the register, and she goes, "So I'm pregnant, and my sense of smell has gotten a little bit better, or it's a little crazy right now." And she leans in, and she looks at a member of our group and goes, "Are you high?" And in that moment, I experienced what I would consider my worst waking nightmare. Holy shit. And then we had to make our way. We got our food and all that, and everyone is freaked out at this point. We're planning to eat there, and I was like, "No, get that shit to go. We gotta go. We gotta get out of here." Passed another group of cops on the way home. A fucking bum on a corner casting spells on people.
Nice.
Oh my god. I just had to laugh. I had to laugh.
Ripe were you guys?
We were on like
it's New York. That's just
it was
New
Times
York.
Square essentially, like Western Times Square.
Right, but if I'm just saying that if general passersby were like, "Oh shit, these guys have got the goods," you guys must have fucking seriously had some goods. Is all I'm saying.
Well,
yeah,
but like to the point to where it was just, oh yeah, I can just smell it.
Well, I mean, potheads have that bloodhound sense.
True.
Like
true.
Jose and I were walking around the city going, "Ooh, somebody having a party." But we weren't like, "I smell it. Give it to me right now." It's like, oh fucking god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Did I miss anything from anime, Jose?
Well, I want to talk about the shout outs,
man.
Thor.
Yes.
Thor, last year's Star-Lord.
Yeah, if you guys have not watched our videos from last year's Anime NYC, part of the Masquerade Ultra Deluxe, it's a halftime show, and they had a dance contest, and this dude dressed as Star-Lord gave the host a lap dance and fucking like performed one of the greatest freestyle dance routines that you've ever seen. Star of the weekend.
So, flash forward this year, the same guy announcing it, and they're about to do the dance part again, and he's talking, Star-Lord set the bar high, and I see this guy jump up and down the back, and I look, and he's dressed as Thor. I was like, "You fucking Star-Lord?" Like, yeah, nice. So we went and told the people from the audience, "It's fucking Star-Lord, Thor, get him." So they got him, and he went last, and he did not disappoint. He put on a goddamn show and was just fucking brilliant. Just a dude just letting it out.
Just fucking feeling himself.
What he could. Fucking Freddie Mercury Thor.
Yeah.
And he was like, normally I'm shy. I'm a shy dude I don't dance. But I come here, I'm with everybody, and it's fucking a blast, and I get crazy. Let's do it.
Here I'm Thor. I'm not Chad when I'm here.
That's right. He was doing all the Chris's that weekend. So, like, Friday he did Captain America, Chris Evans. Saturday he did Thor, Chris Hemsworth, and then Sunday
when was he Chris Hardwick?
Hopefully never.
Got him.
God damn it. Solid. I'm glad you guys had a good time, and that it was, con-wise, maybe the weather sucked balls, but con-wise sounded like it was kind of the ultimate best case scenario.
It's fucking what New York does.
Yeah.
We plan to
shoot
something during the city, and it's fucking garbage. And on the way out, guess what? It's fucking beautiful.
Went to the goddamn airport not wearing a jacket.
It was that fucking nice. Preposterous.
It's all good though. It's good story. Good times.
Is what it is.
Lee, you know it was not good times, Lee.
Uh-oh.
What's that, Mahoney? How was your week?
God damn. Remember last week when I took on the power of Stan Lee after his untimely passing?
Yeah, and lots of trades was a thing.
Yeah, well, Stan took a fucking nap or something. Here's the deal, Lee.
A dirt nap?
Yeah, he's always napping now.
Jesus fuck.
He's in the forever nap.
I was feeling pretty confident with the power of Stan Lee on my side, and I was up against one Mr. Jose Guzman, and so correct. I started shit talking.
Oh, we had a great,
probably a week ago,
a beautiful meme battle.
Yeah, it was great.
GIF Palooza, the GIFable,
and we were close. We were within just a few points of each other.
You were tied at one point.
We even went back and forth. I was up.
Lead changes.
Yeah, it was
fourth
exciting.
Quarter of the game. And Jose's team fucking exploded, Lee. He scored 173 points.
Jesus Christ.
Tell him about that tight end I picked up, who had 0 points until the fourth quarter when he caught 2 touchdowns. One was a 40-yard touchdown.
I went out of my way, Lee. Out of my way. Jose didn't have a tight end. And I went out of my way to maneuver and block him. And I'm taunting him through the week, being like, he's going to get in his head. He's going to pick some guy. That guy's going to score 0 points because this is what Jose does. And we're in the fourth quarter, and this guy's got 0 points. And I say to myself, well, I'm probably going to lose this game, but at least that tight end's going to get 0 points. He scored 17.5 points, Lee, in like 3 minutes.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Dun-dun-dun.
I came for the belt, Lee. I thought if I could beat Jose, I would declare myself the new champion. And
be the Asterix champion.
Yeah. Everything would be fine and dandy. And I woke a beast, Lee. I went into that cave to fight the dragon, and he burnt the shit out of me.
Fucking sleeping giant, man.
So Sunday afternoon at Anime NYC, we're rushing to get the rest of our shot list. We got a map of all the booths with the booths highlighted. We got a fucking list, and we're hitting it hard. So we'd find a booth, point it out to Jose. Jose would hit it, and then we'd get ready to move on to the next booth. And there were at least a few times where he's shooting, we lose track of him, and the next time we see him, he's on his phone looking at his fantasy score. Full fucking steady cam on. Look, we're searching for him. He's like, yep, fantasy score, nice.
Well, because Mahoney sent me this. So when I looked, I was down by 30, and it was kind of close. I didn't have a whole lot of guys going because I had the majority of my dudes going Monday night. So no matter what, he had a kicker, and I had 3 people going. So Monday was going to settle it. So put the phone in the pocket, we go to shoot. And then next thing, when I look at my phone, I see chirp, chirp, chirp. It's like, what the fuck? So I go and look at the score, and his team, just everyone has caught a touchdown by now. It's just his score has exploded. So now it's like 130 to 60. And I was like, motherfucker, I'm working. I'll be back. Give me a second. I'm working.
See, the way, they were off getting shots, but all I'm noticing is when it's close, there's a lot of memes. When my team pulls away by 70 points,
that was seriously coincidence.
The phone goes away because there's shots that need to be got, and I sent some crickets. Didn't matter. He crushed me.
Oh, it did not.
Lee, I would have beaten. There are 12 teams in our league. Obviously, I am one of them. So there are 11 people I can play. I would have taken 9 of them out. Yeah. 9 teams I would have beat, and I had to face Jose.
It's just a nuts season, man. Like you're up there. You're one of the top players in the league right now, and it's just that first half was so rough for everybody but the 4 of them.
Yep.
Mary and Thatcher. Mary beat Thatcher 73 to 70.5. I scored 142 points.
I'm about to unlock Daredevil on the game.
And I lost. I doubled their scores and I lost.
I can't even be mad.
Them by 100 points.
I can't even be mad when I lose anymore because I'm at least being somewhat competitive.
Yeah.
What?
Nice.
What's up with that collusion trade?
What collusion trade? Exactly.
Where's Antonio Brown going? For who? The Cowboys defense and who?
Some fucking dude.
Exactly. Trading Antonio Brown, one of the top receivers in the league.
I never heard of him.
For some,
to be fair, I have all the top receivers in the league, so he can't be that good.
Collusion.
That's right. It's true.
And who'd you trade it to?
Some chick.
Okay, Lee. Stop paying attention to Daredevil for a second.
Oh, okay.
Here's my proposal for you.
Okay.
I think you'd really enjoy fantasy football.
I like winning things.
You got GOAT in the league who maybe does not have the time to dedicate to fantasy football that he necessarily should have. I'm thinking next season you and Goat pair up and run a team together.
I love it.
Yeah, I like it.
I can see it.
Goat auto drafted. He's been carrying a wide receiver who is not going to ever play this season for like 3 weeks now. So he could maybe use somebody looking at the numbers, helping him using Goat's football expertise and your analytics. You might just have to cut that belt in half.
Kenyon Drake. Drake is the other guy that I'm trading to
Exactly.
Mary.
It's a bullshit collusion trade, and everyone should veto it.
I fucking dare you.
It's a garbage. It's a garbage trade.
I made a trade with Mary like 10 minutes before that and got the brunt of the collusion talk. But my trade with Mary is perfectly fine and fair.
So mine. Fuck off. 2 for 1?
No, not 2 for 1. Get the fuck out.
What do you mean?
The fucking Cowboys defense.
I need
and
a
receiver
defense.
You don't even know.
I don't know
trade
most of
for
these fucking guys.
Antonio Brown.
It was good on paper.
Antonio Brown.
No, you guys were hanging out with him.
It is not good on paper.
Fucking
It's even
Antonio Brown.
collusion on paper.
Antonio Brown is wasted on my team. I'm 1-9-1.
So you trade him to your wife.
So what?
So collusion.
So it's okay for Mahoney to trade Juan $11.
No, it's not okay. No, it's not okay for garbage trades.
But
Juan did
but
not
Knize gets like
Juan
I
did
don't
not
know,
accept
like a
my
blowy for
$11.
football players, and it's not all right.
Juan didn't take my $11. He let
should've.
that expire and it came back. I told him he could. I told him
would've.
I would gladly buy him lunch.
Yeah, I would have taken that deal in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Getting a top 10 player for 2 top 25 at the end of the season when you didn't have that player is garbage trade, is what I'm saying.
Anyway,
probably.
Jose, what quarterback are you going to pick up on waivers tomorrow?
I'm not playing with one.
Perfect. Also, if anybody knows which
Ill advised
Matt
today.
wants, let me know. So, Lee, here's a thing that happened. This is interesting. You're going to want to hear about this.
I'm on the edge of my fucking seat here.
You know Juan.
God damn it.
Juan
is listening right now.
Juan was 1-9, Lee. 1-9. And Juan, in the final moments of Monday night's game, Juan took a very interesting approach.
I went to bed and I was winning.
Monday night's game was projected to be 100 points. 50 something to 50 something, and it delivered. I think it was 57 to 54 or something ridiculous, which is, I know you don't follow football, but ludicrous. Like, ridiculous. It's like a baseball game that's 35 to 22. Like, out of this world with scoring.
Seems like a lot.
And Juan started one of the defenses, and I looked at that and I said, that's dumb. That other team's going to score 50 points. Why would you ever start that defense? You're going to get negative 30 points from that defense. And no, he didn't, because they came through and got him 16 points all through they just kept causing fumbles, picking up the ball and scoring touchdowns. And he came back and beat Kelly 93 to 91.5.
It's amazing.
All on the strength of this defense that I thought he was absolutely insane for starting.
When I went to bed, I was winning by half a point.
I would also point out that Jalen Richard put up a pretty great game for Juan. Oh, and who did he get Jalen Richard from? Oh, yeah, me in the Tom Brady trade. So, you know who didn't give him a very good game? Devin Funchess.
Ron Funches.
Ron Funches. So Tito's over there with 16 points out of the Chicago D that he swapped for 4 points from Devin Funches. Collusion.
Sounds rough.
It was pretty roughly. Knize almost had it. Knize started the other defense in that game, which I also thought was crazy, but...
Well, I was trying to get another defense, but I had no phone, and I was on Javits Center Wi-Fi all weekend.
That's fair. That's fair. So he almost took out Vetter. It was real close.
Yeah.
But Vetter got him 102.5.
I almost got Tito, too.
Yeah. Tito scored 171 points, Lee.
Tito's unstoppable.
Tito is unstoppable. I will be surprised if Tito doesn't win the whole thing.
Jose's like, well.
Well, you're not going to get a chance to play Tito, so you're not going to be able to stop him.
No, 'cause me and Tito are going to end up playing for 4th place.
No, you're not. Tito is rolling away with this. You're never going to catch him. It's all over. I have looked at these schedules. Let's take a look at Jose's schedule right here. Let's see.
If I win all 4 games.
You have to play Tito in week 13.
Yeah, exactly. And I have to win. I have to. It doesn't matter who I play. I have to win all 4 games. If I win all 4 games, I have.
Well, you only have. Well, I guess if you count the one you already won, you got 3 more games to win. You got 3 games to win. Vetter, who scores 100-something points a week. Tito,
right. I just scored 173.
Yes, that was an anomaly, and you know it.
No, look at all. I've put up over 130 a couple times this season.
The highest scoring game in the history of the NFL is what you needed to get to 173 points.
Okay, and then look at the other scores I've had.
I'm looking right at them.
Which is what? 150?
107.5 loss. 89 points loss. 95.5 loss.
Keep going.
99.5 loss. 105 loss.
You're not reading the wins.
No, I skipped the wins.
Exactly. And those are the games I scored over 120.
101, 153, 112.
101, 153, 112, 136, 160. You've scored over 150 2 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm doing all right.
You're doing
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
You're killing it. You're still not going to beat Tito.
I'm pulling for you, Jose.
Well, I guess we'll just see.
Knize is probably going to send him Antonio Brown.
No, he already traded Antonio Brown.
Well, not when you veto it. Then he's going to ship him over to Tito just to fuck with you.
It takes more than one veto.
What was that?
It takes more than one veto. I think it has to be like 4.
Well, you better slide into some DMs real quick.
There's 0 votes.
I'm not DM nobody.
Veto.
If nobody sees at face value what that trade is and everyone's cool with that trade, the league has voted.
There are 2 votes to uphold that trade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one
I think
got Antonio Brown, one sent Antonio
I
Brown.
voted once, and then I put on a disguise and came back in and voted a second time.
Knize with a mustache. A fancy mustache. Let's see. Who else played this week? Jose, you're awfully fired up for a guy who scored 173 points.
I'm good. I said I got to win the next 4.
You sound good.
I feel good.
All right.
You look good.
Make
also
love
Matt
good.
won. Matt beat Mel 144 to 130.
Which, man, would you say that's an upset?
No. Mel lost to me.
Yeah, Mel's
lost 3 in a row.
Mel's record has gone downhill quick.
Real fast.
He's
Mel's
tied
lost
with
3 in a row.
He's tied with
next
Mary
week,
right now, and Mary's in 3rd place in her division, and he's in 1st on Trash Mountain, Hell's Kitchen.
Mel has Tad next week, and Tad's no slouch. Mel is 115, and Tad's got 112 projected. So, no guarantees coming out of next week with a win either.
Yeah, but I don't want any of the rest of them in that division to be in the playoffs either.
Yeah, Goat might just sneak in and do it. Lee, if only you and Goat were teamed up.
He might just fucking do it.
I mean, it could happen.
Mel would have to lose out and Goat would have to win out.
I'm not gonna say it's impossible.
It's not impossible, but it is probably unlikely.
We live in a world of infinite possibilities.
Lee, you know what is not an infinite possibility?
What's that?
My path to the playoffs is closed. I have officially been eliminated from the playoffs. But, Lee, today I did some research, and I figured out how the Kerouac works, and I'm currently safe. I am not one of the 4 teams who is in the running for the Kerouac.
Currently,
Am I in there?
Currently, Mahoney.
Hang on. Let me pull up my picture. I had to draw a picture to be able to fully understand it. I do believe you are in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be there.
I'm going to make you shave your head.
Oh.
Okay. So, Kelly, you are at risk. Tad, Juan, and Knize.
Of course.
They are the 4 teams currently in position to have to compete to not win the Kerouac. So, if you are one of those 4 teams, you want some of the teams above you to lose.
And who knows? If I end up in that final Kerouac game, I might need Antonio Brown back.
You might. You most likely will need Antonio Brown back.
Might need Zach Ertz too. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Zach Ertz is on your team. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ertz Donut.
Ertz Donut. You know who I'm getting back? Jack motherfucking Doyle.
You want Tom Brady back?
No, you can keep him.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
All right.
You want some more gifts of him back when he was good?
You know what? Yeah, that made me feel better.
I'll send you some.
Is he not good anymore?
No.
He's not doing very good.
Timbo.
You know who's really bad, though? Gronk.
Yeah. Gronk's going to play this week, and they're acting like it's
fucking sure he is.
They're acting like it's going to be a good thing, but it's not.
No, he's going to fall apart.
He's going to fall apart.
I don't know why I haven't dropped him yet.
Well, I don't think you can drop Gronk.
Him. Trade him. Like, everybody's out there hurting for tight ends. Don't drop him. Somebody will give you something for him.
Lee, have you seen the Rob Gronkowski Tide Pods ads?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Lee, if you saw a Rob Gronkowski Tide Pod ad, would you know that it was a Rob Gronkowski Tide Pod ad?
My only exposure to this Gronk character is WrestleMania.
All right. Well, so this is the new ad campaign that Tide has going, and it's starring.
Oh man, Mahoney, look at that hair.
Rob Gronkowski.
Welcome to Tide Pods Talk with Gronk. I'm Gronk. I'm big and awesome, but this guy is little. Can it really clean? Heck yeah, it can. It's concentrated detergent plus stain.
He looks really dumb the
plus
entire
odor
time, by the
fighters
way.
that fight for
Yeah.
clean. Boom. Ugh. Even this entire bottle can't beat Tide Pods. And now a word from future Gronk. Ugh. Tide Pods. If it's clean, it's got to be Tide.
He doesn't enunciate the name of the product.
Tide Pods.
Tide Pods.
Okay, and that's like a real thing. That's what they ran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tide Pods.
Okay.
And he
All right.
fucking approved it. He's like, yeah, I look dumb.
Fucking do you?
I guess, man.
Damn. All right, is this part over now?
It'll be over when you commit to running a team next year with GOAT.
I can all but guarantee that can happen.
All right.
Why the fuck not?
I like that answer.
Pencil it in. You got to add Lee as an owner to GOAT's team. And also, GOAT, Lee's now an owner of your team. You're welcome.
100%. 100%.
He'll be fine.
He'll love it. Why wouldn't he like
dominate? Dominate.
Next year when you're an owner and you want to make a trade, you hit me up, okay?
I will pencil that in as well.
Holy shit. I had a hard time figuring out how to even suggest a trade.
Not me. I believe I have made 14 trades. 14 trades and 41 roster moves on the waiver wire.
Jesus Christ. Man. That seems excessive.
It
well,
is.
When you only have one player left that you drafted, you kind of got to make some moves, Lee.
Touche.
Do a better job in the draft than I did, Lee.
Yeah.
Do a bit.
I'll be kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Who are you gonna draft in the first round? Antonio Brown?
Sure.
Tiki Barber.
I think Antonio Brown is old news. I want to get him off my team. You know,
I asked my father-in-law during the football he was watching if the Big Dumb Rapist was going to score tonight or not.
Wow.
I don't think he got the joke.
The Big Dumb Rapist.
Which
was that
one?
this week that he was like -4 points in the third quarter and then all of a sudden scored a normal amount?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't get it. He didn't appreciate it.
The football game was telling him no points for you, none, 0 points, and he said, "Fuck you! I'm taking all the points I want." It was a very comfortable and familiar situation for him.
Jesus Christ, Kelly.
Yes.
How's your week been, sir?
Oh, it's been real good.
Oh, good. Glad to hear it.
You hear about David Arquette?
Yeah.
I saw a little bit of the David Arquette business.
So, in words I never thought I'd have to say in this order, David Arquette tried to shoot on Nick Gage.
Really?
Yeah. So,
why do you think that was a good idea, Kelly?
Yeah, like,
well, here's what happened.
The bigger story is the injury, but tell us about this shoot.
We'll get to that. So the match was originally, the show was Joey Janela's LA Confidential. It was another GCW Joey Janela insane show. The match was initially going to be Joey Ryan versus Nick Gage.
Right.
Joey Ryan tore his bicep, so he's out. So with 2 days advance notice, they get a new challenger for the GCW Heavyweight Championship, and it is David Arquette of Hollywood fame.
When we saw him at WrestleMania weekend this year, and he got involved in an angle, I think at that point it was kind of like, oh yeah, he's going to end up on Joey Janela's Spring Break at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take notes on this, Mahoney, because this is some genuine opera.
I am not paying attention at all. I don't even know what we're talking about.
Ooh, Mahoney, fantasy pro wrestling.
That sounds terrible.
And also redundant.
So he takes this match with 2 days notice. The match starts. It's a decent match. It's not great, but it's not bad.
He's a former WCW World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's also been working some indie shows and actually training and doing the work.
Oh, no, he's in good shape. Right. He's in really good shape right now. So they're going around, they're fighting in the crowd and stuff, and using chairs. And Gage is dominating for the most part, but David Arquette gets some offense in. He tries a dive and screws it up twice, but eventually he gets it. And then Gage goes to the back, comes back out with a bunch of light tubes, and
as Nick Gage is
right over David Arquette's head.
Oh, as Nick Gage is wont to do.
Yes. Then Gage sets up 2 chairs and lays the tubes across the chairs as though they were a table. And after a bit of a distraction, Arquette hits a diamond cutter on him through the tubes. That actually looks really good.
Oh, damn.
So then they're wrestling for a little bit more. Gage gigs him with a pizza cutter.
That sounds awful.
Hits him with another tube. This tube hit him weird and cut him in the neck. And at this point, Arquette freaks out. He tries to take down Gage, and Gage is kind of just on the ground trying to calm him down. Arquette rolls out of the ring, kind of walks around a bit, holding his neck the whole time. I think he thinks he's bleeding out at this point.
Which is a fair thing to think in that scenario.
No, it is. It is. He just freaked. That's exactly what happened. So he gets back in the ring, tries to pin Gage twice, but it's for the title. Gage isn't going to let him pin him. You're not gonna have David Arquette GCW champion.
No. Okay, I think I see where this is going. Okay.
So Gage gets up. He grabs some tubes, because it's a death match at this point.
Oh my god!
Arquette gets real mad and picks up a chair and just smashes it into Gage. He then tries to attack him. Gage just judo throws him over his shoulder and then pins him. It was Gage handled it pretty well.
Oh god!
Arquette was not. Once he calmed down, he seemed okay with everything. He said some stuff online that he's means no disrespect to the wrestlers or anything. Death matches just aren't his thing.
Yeah, it takes a special kind of character, man.
It does.
But if you're one of the biggest embarrassments in pro wrestling history and you're trying to make your way up the ladder the right way and earn some street cred, you look at a death match and you go all right, let's fucking go. If this is what the kids are watching these days.
And he did pretty well. He was doing fine until he got cut on the neck and it freaked him out.
And again, fair.
Yeah, no, it's reasonable.
MDK, man.
Yeah, MDK. That's my guy.
I gotta find some time to watch that.
It's a fun show.
All those shows are.
Yeah.
No Giancarlo touch, though.
No. The real bummer thing was the match before where Marco Stunt broke his leg.
Ah, man, that sucks.
And you don't even get to see it. Because, there's a big chunk of that match that is just in the crowd and you can't see shit.
Fuck, man. All these indie guys are getting hurt lately. Joey Ryan, Joey Janela, Marco Stunt,
Yep. And the rest that aren't getting hurt are getting signed.
Be careful out there, guys.
That January class at the Performance Center is going to be a big one.
Oh, yeah? Well, you got any rumors?
Right now, the rumor... Well, Shane Strickland, ACH...
Oh, wow.
Trevor Lee.
Really? Wow.
Trevor Lee, Silas Young. That's what it's looking like right now, at least.
Trevor Lee
is in good shape. Look at some clips from this thing on YouTube. He looks good.
Yeah.
Kind of ripped, man.
Yeah.
All tatted up.
Really good shape.
I like his gear.
Mm-hmm.
It's very HBK, but I get it. It works.
He's got really good gear.
Awful.
What looks awful?
This pizza cutter bit is terrible. Oof.
We were at Anime this past weekend, and we're sitting around talking with some of the team members. And one of them goes, "Oh no, is your podcast about wrestling?" We're like, sometimes. Not all the time. And then we're like, this one motherfucker. He will watch anything.
Any wrestling on planet Earth. That's amazing. Shit. See, that's the problem, man. I feel like there's too many guys, dude. WWE snatches up all these dudes for NXT, whatever the fuck. You can't reasonably do stuff with all these people.
No, they just have them sit there in their in Triple H's Human Zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
They just all go to the Performance Center and exercise a whole lot. Yeah. And sometimes they wrestle.
I can get paid, go back and hit the indies again, I guess. Yeah, that's wild. Shit. Well, yeah. Anything else of import, Kelly?
Not really.
Did you get the new Pokemon game?
Yeah, I've been playing it. Actually, a good buddy, John, gave me it for an early Christmas present. Oh, I'm playing it as we speak, if I'm being honest.
Good on you, John. Good on you.
Yeah, Mary got that over the weekend.
Visually, it's incredible. I'm still not sold on the new catching mechanic where it's like Pokemon Go.
One of Mary's coworkers brought in his Pokeball, and she's like, "Oh, now I want one."
Oh, that's
Tell her don't get it.
You tell her. She's listening.
Mary, don't get it. I've heard nothing but bad things about it.
Import the drums instead.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but the Pokeball, it's a lot smaller than people usually think it is, and I know someone that has one, and it makes their wrist hurt to use it.
Oh.
That's some real white people shit right there.
Ow, I hurt my wrist on my Pokeball.
That is apex white people shit. Damn, that's rough. So anything else before we move on to these lists?
No, I think we're ready to rock and roll.
Think we're ready to list it up.
Fucking A. Email us. We need some suggestions. We're going into holiday season.
Yeah, give us some good, like, fucking holiday top sixes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't really need top sixes for January, because for that we can just do top six whatever from 2018.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking
like, those are going to be easy.
Yeah, we'll be good at that for a little bit. So we need some suggestions. Email us. Popcast@PanelsOnPages.com or call us 616-951-1POP or hit us up on the oldie Twitter machines at Panels on Pages. And we'll get all up in them. But this week, this one comes from a good buddy Juan, who writes in asking for our top 6 favorite childhood toys, which is that's fun. I like that. I like that. It's a solid plan. Solid suggestion.
Did he send in his top 6?
He did.
Oh,
he did.
Great.
His number 6 was Jetfire from Transformers.
It's a solid
which
one.
Nerds know is a Macross Valkyrie repurposed. Number 5, he put the $6 million man doll because he's old as fuck. It's hard to forget how goddamn old he is. You know what, Juan? You're aging well, son. Let's put it that way.
What are you talking about, Lee? You haven't seen him in years.
The last time I saw him, it didn't look like he was 83, and apparently he's 83 years old. Saying. Allow me to give the man a compliment. Number 4, he put a Captain Powers XT7. And he says to Google it. So I'm gonna.
Is it the show where the toys interacted with the show?
Could be. The XT7 looks to be a dope-ass jet of some kind. It's got the handle on the bottom of it. Yeah, it looks like a solid toy.
Yeah, Captain Power was where the toys would react to the TV show.
Okay.
Or interact with it. Like, you could use the ship was also kind of like a gun, I think.
That's what, look at here, yeah.
And you could shoot at the screen and earn points or some fucking shit. I never had it.
Huh.
But I remember it. I remember the show and the toys.
All right. Then he says, number 3, the Micro Machines X-Wing Fighter. Remember fucking Micro Machines?
Micro Machines were cool, man.
Yeah, Micro Machines are sweet.
Number 2, the Empire Strikes Back Hoth Action Playset. Also pretty solid.
Ooh, I need to see this.
Oh, no, that's a pretty good one. That's a good one. It's fucking enormous. It's like the size of a coffee table.
Because I had the one that was like miniature. It was almost like a Micro Machine thing, but it was before Micro Machines. What does it have in it?
It had like this one had like the base. Well, the Rebel base is in there, and all the, there's like a whole upper level, and it's a pretty kick-ass playset. They don't make them like that anymore. Although, you know what? That's not even true. Fucking playsets are getting huge and out of control again. They got this fucking 2-foot-tall Spider-Man thing now out, and then I know all about this because my kid watches kid YouTube all the fucking time.
There was that nuts-ass Batcave that came out.
Yeah, the big Batcave. Shit, the
Sewer Layers.
There's a giant Ninja Turtles playset out now.
Yeah.
Which is going to combine with a second giant Ninja Turtles playset next year.
Oh my god. I might not like the design.
Ever seen.
I might not like the design of those turtles, but I might need to take a look at this Sewer Layer playset.
It's huge.
It's insane.
It's
as tall as I am.
Yeah. Because they did the big
I'm gonna need Juan to send me a link of this Empire Strikes Back. Oh, okay, I think I found it.
They did the layer for
the
2012 show. That's a big playset. But the new one is even bigger, and next year's big playset is like, I don't know, hell, I guess. And you can stack them on top of one another, and it's like 4 feet tall. It's fucking preposterous. But looks really cool. And seeing that again, don't like that show. Not a big fan of those designs, but they translate remarkably well to toys, man.
They really do.
The toys are in shells now, and they look pretty fucking cool.
One problem.
I still remember when you and I were walking through that booth at Toy Fair. When we left, we were like, "This show might be all right."
That was one knock I had to the 2012 Turtles. Is the toys didn't look like exact representations of the cartoon.
Yeah, I don't think the toys for that line were very good.
But Jack's got he snatched up the Raphael the other day because he was being a super sweet boy, so he got himself a little treat. So you know what? It's a fucking cool figure. The Raphael figure rocks, man. Like they got better articulation than 2012 line. They're a little bigger, lots of cool accessories. Like they're fucking neat toys. Again, not a huge fan of the show, but they're neat ass toys.
The
number one,
the ones that flip, I think, are nominees for Toy of the Year.
Oh, those are sweet.
Which ones?
The turtle toys that flipped. They did a flip.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. And the number one ones would just say blanket statement, just says Legos. What's solid, just Legos.
Legos are great, man. Legos are like a fill-in toy to be like, yeah, just fucking Legos. I feel creative. I don't necessarily want to play with my Star Wars. Let's Lego it up. Let's make a house on wheels.
And it's got fucking no windows
and a bunch of helicopter propellers for some reason,
and absolutely nothing remotely resembling a window.
Oh, I had a shitload of windows and doors. Did you just throw to me?
Yeah, what you got?
All right. Yeah. All right. So I didn't do any honorable mentions this year, but some of my entries are multi-level. Let's do this. Number 6. I, as a kid, being an only child, I got pretty spoiled, and I loved getting full collections of those like one-off lines. Like I had an entire collection of the Pee-wee's Playhouse toys at one point. The entire collection of Dick Tracy. Shit like that. And one of my favorite one-offs was the Food Fighters.
Oh, I had some of those. Not all of them. I had some.
It spoke to the fucking fat kid in me and the lover of G.I. Joe. And it's food that are soldiers. And they're kind of gross. And they all look like hamburgers or hot dogs or fries or tacos or whatever. And they're
they had vehicles and shit too. Like one of the vehicles was like a personnel carrier that was an egg carton, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
It was just fucking stupid, but spoke to, I was not only G.I. Joe but Ninja Turtles because they had that weird edge to them. So I just kind of wanted to throw that in there as a representation of all those really good one-off lines. Number 5, I'm going to go with my collection of Batman '89 stuff.
Nice.
My birthday that year was the same month that the movie came out, and I was super into it. And
had that Bat fever.
At my birthday party, I pretty much just got Batman '89 figures, which also they were Toy Biz, so they had the Batman figure with the stupid round face, and the Joker that didn't look like Jack Nicholson, and Bob the Goon, which was awful. But then they also kind of molded and re-released some of the old Kenner like Super Friends figures. Like they had a Superman and a Wonder Woman, and they made a new Riddler and Lex Luthor. Got all those motherfuckers. They like reused the same Penguin mold and all that. And then the vehicles. The Batmobile with the firing missiles and the cocoon that you can cover it with, which that thing was garbage. Like, if you can find a Batmobile from '89 with the cocoon intact, like that's got to be like the holy grail. And then the cheap ass shitty Batcave that they had that was essentially hollow on one side, but it had like 3 or 4 dope action features. enough to put all your figures on there.
Forever.
Yeah. And then the Batwing, which was this kind of same deal where it had a handle and a trigger that shot suction cup missiles.
Oh, I didn't know it did that.
Yeah. Fucking love that movie. And the toys are garbage, but I was all about them for that summer. Number 4, I'm going to go with the Teddy Ruxpin family of toys, because Teddy Ruxpin was cool, first and foremost. And then me and my parents got in a bad car accident, and my mom was in the hospital for weeks. And I remember getting Teddy Ruxpin's friend Grubby. I think it was at a fucking Montgomery Ward's. But like, as a sorry kid, your mom's in the hospital, here's this $150 talking grub man.
Oh, God.
And I'd be like, pretty dope. Pretty fucking dope. And then on that same token, 1 year, all I wanted was a stuffed toy of Fievel from An American Tail. Fievel Mousekewitz. And that year, I got the like official one that was either a Sears exclusive or JCPenney or something. And then also they had a Teddy Ruxpin version that you could put tapes in, and Fievel would tell you stories.
I have no idea.
Do you know what a Fievel is?
Oh yeah. Okay. But I did not know they did that. The tape version of that.
Yeah. That is, and the Fievel Christmas reminds me of my extended family. I remember that Christmas at my grandmother's house very vividly. So that's cool. Number 3, big G.I. Joe guy, had a shitload of stuff. That mobile command center was one of the biggest beast playsets that I ever had for G.I. Joes.
One that was like 2 feet wide, all the wheels.
And it opened like a tackle box.
Yeah.
That thing
my cousin had that.
That thing was so massive. At one point, I put the like techno version of Cobra Commander in the brig, and then I forgot about him for like 3 years. I open up the brig one day, and it's just Cobra Commander's skeleton.
With a suicide note.
Not true. He was a toy. So yeah, of all the dope G.I. Joe vehicles and playsets, that was probably my favorite. Another line which I had a shitload of. Number 2, since we talked for the top 6 collectibles that you would save in a fire, I put the Rancor on there, so I don't want to talk about the Rancor in this one. I want to talk about the Jabba the Hutt figure / playset that came with his throne and a little Salacious Crumb. And then I also had the whole Max Rebo band and the Ewok village and all the Ewoks. Like that was my jam. Return of the Jedi. Those were brand new when they came out. I fucking played with those so much. And then number 1, the only Christmas present that I've ever written a letter to Santa for the night before and been like, dude, there better be a goddamn Ninja Turtle sewer layer playset underneath this tree when I wake up. Like, because my parents had been giving me the hard sell all season that they haven't been able to find it. I haven't seen it anywhere. I was like, you motherfuckers, Santa Claus better come through, goddammit.
I'm doing the exact same thing now with my kid.
You motherfucker.
And he went over the weekend. We saw Santa, and he walks up very cool, and he was like very matter of fact. And he's like, you want to see Santa's lap business? No, thank you. I'd ask you for something for Christmas. And he says what it was, and the girl's like, "Oh, great! Do you want me to take your pic?" And no, he don't want to take a picture. He was already gone. He walked up, had his fucking, had his ass, and then left. He's like, "No pictures, thank you, goodbye."
I'm a man of business.
And it's in a box 5 feet from me right now, so it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun.
Awesome.
That's fucking great. That's awesome. That's a solid list.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
That's a solid list. Love it.
There were some that I was going to put on my list, but other people had them, so I look forward to talking about those as well.
Okay, love it. Love it. All right. Speaking of, let's go to let's see.
We got John on Twitter,
Yeah.
Shark and Vetter on Facebook. So we can split those up.
Yeah. Do the Twitter one, Kelly.
Oh, me? Hold on.
Oh, you're not paying attention. All right.
I'm not.
Excuse me. Sorry, just catching Pokemans.
I understand.
I am. I don't have my phone open. Hold on. There it is. Got it. John's
All right.
list. Number 6, the Thundercats Thunder Tank.
Which is pretty fucking dope.
I don't know what that is.
The kid across the street had Thundercats. I didn't have Thundercats, so I would play with his.
I should say I know what Thundercats are. I don't know what the Thunder Tank is.
The Thunder Tank, it was their tank.
I didn't know they had a tank.
Yeah, they fucking do now.
Why do people want to see a Thundercats live action movie? It's just going to look like Cats the musical.
Because of nostalgia, but it could be cool.
I mean, sure, in theory.
It'll just look like Cats.
Maybe it'll look like Detective Pikachu. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
It won't. That's one it won't. They'll just look like, it'll look like the musical Cats.
What about that one trailer that they, it was a Brad Pitt movie that they made look like Thundercats? That was pretty dope.
No.
That didn't, no, that looked bad.
No.
Oh, I thought we liked that.
No. Number 5, the original TMNT figures. Number 4, the NES Mario Duck Hunt bundle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
I talked about that one with my favorite video games, but it also had the track and field. And also, shout out to fucking Sega Genesis.
Shit, I was one of the 7 people alive that had a 32X on my Sega Genesis.
Oh,
jeez.
my.
Michael's Chaotix is a bomb-ass game. Just saying.
Number 3, Game Boy Pocket and Pokemon Blue. More of a St. Nicholas Day gift, though.
Isn't that Christmas?
What the fuck is St. Nicholas Day?
You guys don't know what St. Nick's is?
No.
That's like December 5th.
What?
I think you put out your stocking, St. Nick comes by, fills up your stocking with cool shit.
What?
What the fuck are you talking about?
No,
What?
How have you never heard of St. Nick?
Santa?
I grew up in an atheist household.
I've heard of Saint Nick as a code name for Santa Claus.
Santa Claus, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a different thing.
No,
It's
Santa fills your stockings on Christmas Eve. Get out of here, you crazy religious weirdos.
No, he does it on the 5th.
I'm just teasing. I respect
I
all
think I'm
religions.
trying to make 2 fucking round the world trips. That's just greedy.
Well, Saint Nick is this is a different man.
Okay, so it's an actual like saint, not just like
Yes.
little Saint Nick.
Yeah, this is a different man.
Huh. All right.
Is this where John says you got to put out your shoes?
You
Outta
can.
here. What?
Different. Yes, you can do that if depending on your family.
Is this where the song "Christmas Shoes" comes from?
No, Christmas shoes is a boy's dead mother who's trying to buy her shoes.
Gotta
So
buy
she
a
can-
pair of shoes.
So she could meet Jesus. Oh, that song's fucking garbage.
And we have no rank ass kicks when you meet Jesus.
God, fuck that song so hard. It's just the worst.
Absolute worst.
Number 2, the SNES.
Yep. Solid.
And number 1, My Pet Monster. Different Xmas gift, but I had the OG football monster and the orange My Pet Monster.
Oh, that's so cool. All I ever had was just the OG My Pet Monster. I still have that motherfucker. He's in great condition, except the vinyl on his hands is obviously flaked and cracked off. But
I as a kid was not into the My Pet Monster, man. His fucked up scraggly nose was like, I don't like it. It weirded me out.
I would just sit there and just look at his weird ass nose and face and teeth. It was very tactile too. It felt cool. And like you could fucking beat someone's ass with a My Pet Monster because it's a stuffed animal, but that head is a lot of plastic, so it's heavy. Have we ever talked about the My Pet Monster movie on this show? I'm sure we have.
I didn't know it existed. So
Oh, it is
awful.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It is bad.
It's real bad.
I feel like Jose saw that as a kid. That sounds like a Jose rental.
The show or the movie?
It was a movie of My Pet Monster.
It's a live action movie with like the shittiest, creepy like dime store Alf you've ever seen. Which they didn't even have the decency to make it look like the fucking doll, if I remember correctly.
No, it looked pretty close, I'd say.
Yeah.
I believe the entire movie is on YouTube, and I'm linking it right now.
I do not want to watch that.
55 minutes long. I must have rented it a dozen times.
I do not want to watch this ever again. That is literally a bad time at the movies.
Practical Princess. Max Smith is my pet monster.
Okay, it doesn't look so much like the doll, but pretty close.
Oh, at a mercifully brisk 55 minutes.
Right.
Oh, wow.
It's
no,
bad.
no, not today, Satan. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Fuck, it is terrifying to look at. That is just bad. It looks like this is worse than the Garbage Pail Kids, for sure.
I feel like Garbage Pail Kids was actively forcibly being bad.
That would check out. That would be definitely on brand for sure. All right, okay. Let's see. Shark writes in on the Facebook. Honorable mentions to both the Ghostbusters house and the Turtle Sewer Lair. He said it became a hangout for the X-Men or villains, a compound center for Jurassic Park, and a weird base for Star Wars toys. I assume he means the Ghostbuster house, and yeah, same fucking deal. I still have a Ghostbuster house right now in the corner of this room, but it was the Avenger Mansion, it was Xavier School, it was the fucking clock tower for the gargoyles. Like,
oh, that's awesome.
It was a hell of a versatile playset. And now the Ghostbusters are fighting Malbolge on top of it, and the little mini-mate Ghostbusters, which scales surprisingly well with that thing. They look awesome. 3 3/4-inch G.I. Joes. He says, I was too young to appreciate them as their own thing. They are perfect cannon fodder for X-Men battles, Jurassic Park workers, and Star Wars extras. That's dope.
I remember getting my first couple of Toy Biz X-Men figures and then being like, oh yeah, these I should be able to play with my G.I. Joes and with my Star Wars figures with these guys. And then I realized they were 2 inches different in height. I was like, what the fuck is this?
These are useless to me. But then they made 700 X-Men figures. Then he says Legos and Connects. And then on to the top 6. Blanket, the Star Wars toys. Solid. And then he throws out not necessarily the Genesis Knize, but love to the Game Gear. And he says, I can play games in the car? Exclamation point, question mark.
I used to be
the same thing for the fucking Switch today.
I used to be an accessory to a crime of stealing Game Gear games from JCPenney.
Wow. Straight up shoplifting.
Straight up lookout.
Damn. Hardcore.
Name names. Who was it?
Chung.
Number 4, the Jurassic Park toys. And so those things everywhere. The realistic skin and the dino damage was awesome. And those were pretty fucking kick-ass.
I remember that entire summer just standing in the Target toy aisle, just touching that T-Rex.
Yeah, a friend of mine, when I was in like 3rd and 4th grade, had that gigantic Command Center playset. It was huge. The big fence, but it had breakaway fence parts. And I had the Jeep, the green and the little Range Rover thing, and it had the big tearaway hood, which was pretty fucking cool. That was awesome. Number 3, the 12-inch G.I. Joes. So I got a box of my dad from when he was a kid, and I added in the new Cobra Commander and the Duke. Got a couple of those. Number 2, the PlayStation 2. Playing games, I was surprised how realistic it was and never thought it would be better.
I was just thinking about that yesterday, when I would play Pokemon Snap, I was like, man, video games are never going to look better than this.
We have fucking made it. And then number 1, the Toy Biz X-Men. I said, I love the jet and how it broke into many parts. Thanks to Knize, my kids now have mine and more.
Yeah, I was
X-Men down.
I was getting ready to sell off all my 90s Toy Biz X-Men on eBay, and Shark was talking about, hit me up, let me know what you got. And when I finally got around to it, he was like, yeah, give them to me. I was like, all right. Keep me from having to deal with eBay people.
Hell yeah.
It was cool going through them once more. That was the last real toy line that I collected as a burgeoning teenager. And then I didn't really collect again until I could get a car and go and buy shit myself.
Awesome.
I think there was like a year span in between those two moments.
All right. I'll go next. We haven't talked about it a lot, and it hasn't really come up as being a thing. But I'm gonna throw an honorable mention out to the fucking Exo Squad toys. Because the cartoon was pretty kick-ass, but the toys were awesome. They were little toys, maybe 3 inches, definitely smaller than a G.I. Joe. But they put them in a little mech suit, and they were all different, and they had just tons of action features. Like, this one had a grappling hook, and this one's got missiles, and this one's got fucking, it glows in the dark, whatever the fuck. They had tons of different gimmicks. They were just rad as hell. They were awesome toys. I just brought them in. I brought a big bucket of them from Mom's house, and haven't had a chance to bust them out with Jax yet, but I feel like he will be a fan.
And what was the premise of Exo Squad?
It's set in the far future, where people have colonized Mars, and even like developed like a test tube person that they call the Neo Sapiens that are kind of Mars natives. So be like factory work. Basically, they engineered slave labor for the most, basically, and then they revolted. So it's like the humans fighting the Neo Sapiens, which all they want to do is like not be slaves and shit. So it's like sci-fi stuff in space. It's all space fights. Should probably rewatch that show at some point because I'm probably getting that wrong. But it's been 20 plus years.
Yeah.
So, and then since we had talked a lot about toys not too long ago, probably a lot of overlap. I put together a list of cryptids instead. So this is my 6-pack of cryptids. My favorite cryptids. Number 6, we're going. I like the jackalope.
Classic.
Yep.
The fucking
classic.
The jackalope skits they used to have on America's Funniest Home Videos was my favorite shit.
My favorite part of the jackalope is that and I don't know a lot about the myth or supposed sightings in real life, whatever the fuck. I'm sure it was just a rabbit that had horrible tumors. They're like, oh, mythical beast. But the jackalope just gives fucking sickos a reason to fuck with not one but 2 different dead animals to make monstrosities to hang at theme restaurants.
Yep.
And that's fucking precious. Number 2. Number 5. We're going actually no. We'll do I'm gonna say reptilians. Because
like lizard people?
Like lizard people. Because there are assholes out there that think that like Bill Clinton and George Bush are like, reptilian alien monsters. Like,
you've got Jose's attention right now.
Yeah, that's like
that clones. Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And wasn't Dave Chappelle the reptilian at one point or something like that? Some shit like
clone.
That? Yeah. So I love all that nonsense fucking bullshit. It makes me very happy. And the fact that they're fucking ruling the world, I think, is hilarious. And then on the same vein, next up we got the Loveland Frogs.
Okay.
These were spotted for the first time in the 50s in Loveland, Ohio. A man reported seeing a 4-foot tall bipedal frog kind of walking across the street.
Oh, okay. I remember these things.
Yeah. And so maybe those are actually just fucking reptilians all along. Maybe it's all connected. But I remember reading one story about how one guy's like, "Oh shit, we found I found one of these frogs," but it turns out it was just like a big iguana with no tail. The guy was a fucking dummy. And then just a couple of years ago, they kind of came back in the news because a couple of kids playing Pokemon Go thought they stumbled across a giant ass frog in the forest around that place. So they only pop up occasionally. You'll hear about sightings. Nothing huge. Next up, I'm going with the Rougarou.
Yeah.
Rougarou, basically, big crazy wolf man in the Louisiana area.
Good old Cajun wolf man.
Big old Cajun wolf man. And depending on,
I do declare.
And if you listen to the stories, depending on what kind of legends you listen to, the Rougarou will either like come at people for breaking Lent. Like if you fucking break your Lent,
y'all better not break Lent now. You have demon will come get you.
And if you break Lent like 7 times or whatever the fuck, you become a Rougarou.
Oh no.
So there's like some religious fuckery attached to it as well, which just makes anything more insane, more delightful. If you can tie some of that nonsense to it. So love a Rougarou. And then this one is pretty new. The Chicago Mothman. So all familiar with the Mothman.
Yeah, which is where? Yeah. Isn't that Cincinnati? Or
yeah, Cincinnati, West Virginia, that kind of area. But like just last year, people started seeing like a Mothman type figure in Chicago, like flying around, hanging off bridges, shit like that. Like January to July of last year, there were like 20, 30 some odd kind of sightings all around the city. And there's pictures of it. Like people actually got photos of it because everyone has a fucking camera now. And it's like, all right, probably some dickhead dressed up a drone to fucking freak people out or whatever. But I don't know. It's so, I don't know. You don't hear about a new thing like that very often. It kind of captured my imagination. Could be a giant critter flying around the city. Why not? And then number 1 is the Wampus. Only because my brother and I and some friends may have had like some personal experience with a Wampus type thing.
Oh shit.
Yeah. We were when we were youngsters, we would, go about and we were just, mischief makers, ne'er-do-wells, didn't get into trouble, but just like we're going to do shit we probably weren't supposed to do. And so there's some old ass churches around here that have these old graveyards, and they have some like above ground graves where the base is built like a rock wall and then put a concrete slab over it, and you can kind of look in and see bones from some 200-year-old dead guy in there. And so we're just doing graveyard shit as high school boys would want to do. And on one of these adventures, we found like a pile of bones, markedly fresher and definitely not in a grave. We're like, oh, this is kind of fucked up. This is like a jaw, like a deer jaw or some shit. Something's been snacking on wildlife. And then I don't remember if it was goat or my brother or somebody, but somebody spotted out and kind of pointed out to the rest of us these yellow eyes darting back and forth between gravestones.
What?
Not far from where we were, like really fast and like kind of like a not much bigger than a gravestone. It's like not super big, not super small, but like moving side by side and definitely like hunched over. It was a hunched over figure for sure. And we're like, oh, we need to leave this place immediately. And so we all fucking tear ass towards the cars. And we can definitely hear whatever the fuck this thing is gaining on us. Like it was the scariest thing I'd ever been a part of. We tear off. That's it. We never see it again. Whatever. And then it's like years later, my brother texts me and says, dude, and he sends me a link to this fucking the story of the Wampus. It's like an Appalachian legend, I guess. And there's versions of it all around the southern area, the southern part of the country. And it's supposed like a half dog, half cat, like, bipedal fucking thing. And he was like, remember that thing? Oh no, I remember that thing. He's like, did we get fucking wampused and not know what the wampus was? I'm like, bro, I think we got wampus. So yeah, that's my wampus story. And it was scary as fuck. So yeah, that's my cryptid list, guys.
Man,
a good list.
I had no idea there were so many cryptids. And neither one of you put fucking Sasquatch on your list.
Because everyone knows Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we'll get Sasquatch.
Here's what my list would be. Sasquatch.
Fucking Sasquatch. Yeah. What you got now? Hit us up. What do you got? What do we got?
What do we got? Let's see. We got Vetter coming in hot with a list. Honorable mentions here to the toys that weren't really toys, but brought me much joy as a kid anyways. All my Nintendo systems, comic books, basketball hoop, Garbage Pail Kids, cards, and art kits. I thought about basketball hoop because I would consider that, like, if you get it as a Christmas present and you can play with it, I consider that a toy.
Yeah.
And man, for a fat kid, every house I ever lived in had a basketball hoop at some point or another.
Yep.
It's going to be that white mystery flavor.
White mystery can't jump.
Yeah. Number 6, Muscles. The little flesh-colored wrestler luchador dudes.
Yep.
Love muscle figures.
Loved collecting these guys by the garbage can full. We used to trade these with each other during school lunch and recess. Shout out to Battle Beasts. Just thinking about that.
Yeah. Well, those ones with like the little
hologram, yeah.
Logo? Yeah.
Number 5.
No, that's Visionaries.
No, Battle Beasts did have little holograms.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it said like their
it was fire, water, or wood.
Yeah, their element.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Vetter says his number 5 is Nerf guns. Many battles were had. We went full on Rambo mode, and yeah, I'm with you on that one. There was about a year and a half where I got a fucking pretty good Nerf arsenal, I would say. Once they had the bow and arrow, all bets were off, and then they started going fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Number 4, WWF LJN figures. He loved the Hasbro line as well, but I found out the solid rubber wrestlers could act as a dartboard of sorts.
I remember when Toy Biz made the WCW figures and they had like legend style articulation.
Yeah.
They're fucking nuts.
Yeah, but then do you also remember the toy company that made the WCW toys before that with the vibrating action?
It made no sense at all. There's no reason that had to be a thing.
I think of the LJN figures, I only ever had George the Animal Steel. Because I feel like I had one of those. Those things were hefty, man. And hard to find in good condition these days because they were just rubber, painted rubber. And you would beat the shit out of each other with them. Paint would rub off. Number 3, Star Wars. What kid didn't like these, honestly? I had an army of Jawas, and they were unstoppable. I never had, until, I was an adult collector, I never army built anything. So I had a Jawa, a Stormtrooper, a fucking...
I think by the time I was in Star Wars, there's the Power of the Force figures. They came with 2 Jawas. Otherwise, I would also just have a Jawa.
And number 2, Legos. I still buy these for my boy and myself. And number 1, G.I. Joe. This was my childhood. I had more than I could possibly remember. The tank, the Tomahawk chopper, bridge layer, the Cobra Terrordrome. Even sent away for the fridge figure. I tore up many backyards to make forts for the Joes.
Yeah, there you go.
And I sold my G.I. Joe figures a while back, probably about 10 years back, and I do regret selling my fridge figure. Because that was so very much my childhood. Living in, suburbs of Chicago, playing with G.I. Joes. William the Refrigerator Perry is a G.I. Joe now.
That's awesome. That's fucking great. That's fucking solid, man. All right, take us home, Jose. What you got?
I didn't go yet.
Did you not?
No.
Well, then you can go last.
He read...
he was already.
He read Sharks.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that fucked me up. I'm sorry.
Should I go or should Jose go?
Do it. You're all excited.
All right.
Get in there. Get in there.
I apologize. I'm very sorry.
It's okay. Honorable mention, because I totally forgot about it until we started the show. The Gargoyles VHS board game.
Whoa! Oh, yeah, that's right.
I couldn't tell you how that shit actually worked, but I sure had a ton of fun with it.
Yep. You just fucking play the game and basically just wait for the lightning to strike.
Yeah.
Then you had to fucking stop and watch Jonathan Frakes tell you what to do next.
That's nuts.
It's true.
Was it actual live action Jonathan Frakes?
Maybe.
No, it was
or Xanatos.
It was his character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Xanatos.
Roseanne's Toast?
Yes.
Nice.
So my number 6 is a very specific X-Men figure.
Cool.
It is the Toy Biz Future Apocalypse figure. And I like that thing because it was big and he was the perfect final bad guy for all my heroes to fight.
I remember that guy. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, that toy is awesome.
From the Missile Flyers line?
Yes.
This was right after This was right after I stopped collecting.
Because he had the one big fist that was good for just pummeling dudes, and the other big hand that you could choke slam the shit out of guys with. Oh, just the perfect big bad guy.
It was the same line where they had the modern day Bishop in the line.
Yeah.
That era was a real interesting era of Toy Biz and X-Men. I have a Smart Hulk that I kept from the collection of old Toy Biz Marvel toys that had the same build as this Apocalypse, just fucking big and chunky and bulky, and could bloody your nose.
Oh yeah.
It's dope.
All right, number 5, the Godzilla figures that Trendmaster put out in the 90s. Those figures were awesome. The Godzilla's kind of rubbery, so you could stretch them and stuff, but not too bad. So he didn't really have any articulation because he was just one big hunk of rubber essentially. But it still worked.
Yeah. I remember these.
Yeah, and I love the Gigan figure. The Gigan figure is still awesome, and the really all the sculpts were really good. The Ghidra and Mothra were really good.
Yeah, those rocked.
Yeah. Number 4, the bone-crunching WWF figures.
Oh my god.
Those things were so shitty.
Those are awful.
But I loved them. Those were my wrestling figures for the longest time.
My senior project was I airbrushed my dad's hockey goalie helmet, and I bought the 2-pack of LOD 2000 that had the hockey helmets for their entrance attire as part of my. I feel like it was part of my presentation or whatever.
That's kind of cool.
But those bone crunching things, they were so bad. But again, a good rubbery toy that you could fucking slap together.
Oh yeah.
And not be afraid that it would break.
Yep. Number 3, the Spider-Man animated series Toy Biz figures.
Yep. I kind of lump those in. I lump those in with my X-Men figures. And the Fantastic Four and the Iron Man figures too.
One of my favorite playsets of all time is that big ass Diddley Bugle playset.
Yeah, I never had that. I always saw it on the backs of the toys, and I was like, oh man, that thing's awesome. I always loved the Spider-Man with the multiple arms, and then the spider version of him.
Yep.
That figure's rad as hell.
They're doing a 6-arm Spider-Man Legends figure next year.
Yeah, I saw that. That thing's awesome. So the next one on my list, number 2, is the Fisher-Price Great Adventures Castle.
Oh!
I'm sending you guys the link. This thing was the coolest shit. It was just a big-ass castle. You got a bunch of bad guy knights and a bunch of good guy knights, and you could make them fight.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah. The thing had a cannon on it that you could just shoot out pretty far. You had a prison in there.
Oh yeah, that was cool as shit.
Yeah, that thing's awesome. You had the catapult, and then it went even better with the Fisher-Price pirate ship they made. So you fucking have the pirates crash the medieval battle and just get a nice three-way war going.
Some raping and pillaging.
Yep. Oh, that shit was great. And then number one, my Power Ranger figures. Like, I love those things. The monster sculpts still stand up as awesome toys.
Oh, yeah.
I had those, the flip head Rangers. I loved those things.
Yeah, those are downstairs in the bath right now. Jax plays those fuckers in the bath every night.
It's like, why is Jax taking a bath at midnight?
He's very filthy. He may have lots.
No rules.
We're not fucking around.
And yeah, that's my list.
Those are rock solid list, sir.
A bunch of good ass toys as a kid.
Hell yeah. All right, Jose, now it's your turn. I'm sorry.
All right. Shout out to some McDonald's Happy Meal toys that I love. The Fraggle Rock Racers.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking loved all of those. Those and the McDonald's Transformers.
It's a great pull because back in the day, you could make a collection of solid Happy Meal toys.
Yep.
Yeah, you really could.
Absolutely.
Honorable shout out. I can't remember the name of the game, but it was a VHS tape of like driving. And you had the car that kind of hooked on to your TV, and you had a steering wheel, and you drove the car to match, like the road. And it had some kind of sensor that sensed when like you went off road or some crazy shit. Nobody, huh? Nothing.
I'm gonna play that. That sounds kind of crazy.
It sounds cool.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. I'll try to figure it out. So coming in at 6, the base of all my playtime, Lincoln Logs.
Oh yeah.
Because I would build the bases, the forts, the things that I would use all throughout. And I like the Lincoln Logs.
I dig it, yeah.
Because they were destructible. So that meant my environments were destructible. So I could have like a Jeep crash through a building. Half the building came down, but still the other room's up. And I got my 2 guys fighting through it.
Yeah, solid. I dig it.
So that number 5, Marvel figures, the Wolverine, the brown and kind of yellow mustard color one, and like the claws popped out. I fucking wanted that one so bad, and my mom wouldn't get it for me. She's like, no. So I fucking kept bugging her about it for weeks. She wasn't bugging. This was like right before Christmas. So I fucking traded my friend 2 of my toys for Wolverine. And I came home and I was like, I got fucking Wolverine. And then she was like, motherfucker. She gave me my Christmas present, which was Wolverine.
Oh, did she accuse you of collusion?
Did it fall apart immediately?
No, it was the shit.
Oh yeah, actually, the one I got, I opened it and it it all but disintegrated in my hands immediately.
So what era was this? Was this right before the cartoon, or was this after the cartoon, or during the X-Men?
The one I'm talking about might have been the LJN one.
Well, they had that line
like
of
the mask was almost like a ring. The mask came off.
Toy Biz had that line of
Yeah,
Marvel superheroes before the X-Men line. But I think the one with the face mask that came down was part of the actual X-Men line. It was like the first wave with that Juggernaut on wheels.
And the Magneto that has like the little magnet in his chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. That fucking Wolverine just the what happened was the body just came apart in the middle, so all the arms and legs just fell right the fuck off.
Yeah. Was the game called Video Driver, Jose? It was a Tyco game.
Possibly.
I posted a link to in the chat to see if you can confirm. Was it a red little dashboard thing and a wheel and a VHS tape.
Yeah.
It's made by Tyco and Sega.
All right.
Notice.
Did it not work for you?
No, the link said redirect notice.
I fucking love that game. Hours of fun with redirect notice.
Get redirected here.
Yeah.
Get redirected over there.
That's the one.
That's
Video
the
driver. So they had one like you're chasing that black Ferrari or whatever car it is, like you're chasing them. But you see how it kind of like I guess it didn't hook onto the TV. It kind of sat in front. So the car is you keep that car in the lines following the other car.
That's cool.
And then
That's
you
pretty cool.
had the steering wheel that made it go.
I thought the gas made it go.
It was fucking wild. Came with a little license plate.
Put that shit on a bike.
Oh yeah, no, it did hang from your car or on your TV also. Look, the picture down below it was hanging.
That kid playing that game is so hype. It's like, are you fucking seeing this shit?
Yeah. You scroll down, it shows it. It was pretty cool. I loved it.
Was surprisingly great.
And then they had another one. Remember those alien? The guy that did the Dark Crystal created them too, and it was like a
Jim
puppet
Henson.
put on.
Huh.
It wasn't
pretty
Henson.
crazy.
It was the other. Not Henson. Maybe it wasn't Dark Crystal. I don't know.
Oh
But,
shit! That fucking racing game is cool as fuck.
It's super
I'm
cool.
watching a video of it right now where the fucking car is moving along on top of that bar. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Shit's stupid.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then it had I think it kind of shook a little if you went offline because you were supposed to try to stay in the line. You see how it had the stop sign that came up?
Yeah.
So you had to
Nice.
stop or you'll get points for hitting the car.
That's next level shit, man.
That's really cool.
I used to have all kinds of remote control cars. That was I would get one a year. That was the new shit. Remember they had the hovercraft, or the ones I think they were called Ricochet or something like that. That if they flipped over, they could still go.
Yeah, and I remember I had one that it was like a monster truck looking thing, and if it if you ran to the end of like a ditch or something, and the wheels couldn't get traction, they would open up and claws would come out and it would climb.
Oh yeah, those. I had one that had tank treads.
Fucking cool. I'm gonna go play with toys.
Then I have G.I. Joes. I mean, come on.
Come on.
You could have fucking shitloads of them. They
Such
were
a perfect scale for what
superposable.
Yeah.
Articulate, they could throw jump kicks, they could punch, they could hold weapons. They fit in other things, so you could take other vehicles, and they could fit in multiple things that didn't have to be G.I. Joe things. That was my favorite.
Yeah,
Just
I got
mixing toys.
I got one of those Tron cycles at a garage sale, and my G.I. Joes fit into that perfect.
Oh, that's cool.
That was almost the best. Was finding a badass toy that had nothing to do with G.I. Joe and being like, these motherfuckers fit on this. Fucking hold this transformer gun. That's fucking nice. So that was also a little thing.
I remember.
Did you used to twist the legs until they snapped and then replace them with different things?
I didn't ever replace them until I was trying to sell them.
Fucking kid from Toy Story, and Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I made fucking cooler ones.
I had to replace a bunch of O-rings when I was trying to sell them. I do remember.
I'm really good at doing that, I've discovered.
No, oh yeah, it's fucking pretty cool. It's a fun little process of unscrewing the back, getting all the legs and shit all set right, putting the new O-ring in and screwing it back on. It's like you feel like a army medic.
Yeah.
They'll fix you.
But I remember taking
fix everyone.
quick kick and twisting his waist so that he would do a helicopter
he's a ninja kicker.
Yeah.
Then coming in at number 3 We got motherfucking Legos.
Lego all day.
Yeah.
Again, it's a solid toy and endless possibilities. Another toy that was destructible.
Sure.
So, you build a nice little house or whatever. And
I don't think I ever owned Legos until I was a grown-ass adult.
It was beautiful.
Yeah,
And my favorite growing up, and I don't even think it was a Lego. I think it was a knockoff, but it was a fucking like a Vietnam helicopter. And it was the shit. And again, it was big enough.
Just blaring Creedence Clearwater.
I got the G.I. Joes in there going over Cobra Commander's base with all along the watchtower.
Fucking fridge going on, fucking up Da Nang.
Just dropping napalm and just Lincoln Log base is exploding. The best was, so you had like the base, and then you would put one of your Lincoln Log pieces in there, and a little small one, and you had it like a seesaw. And then when you wanted the explosion, you just hit it.
Oh,
and
like
then
a
the
catapult.
Oh, it was great.
That's fucking awesome.
The mind of a young child, Jose.
Oh, it was
something special.
It was the shit. Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
All of them. Fucking Usagi Yojimbo.
That's such a good figure.
That was one of my favorites. Fucking Muckman was one of my favorites.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Muckman kicked that. That's great.
Yeah.
Muckman, you could
today's standard. That's still a damn good toy.
When Flash came out, that was always fun playing with like the Dark Horse. Like, I don't want to be good, but I'm fucking. Flash was fucking sweet.
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones was always a fun one. Mondo Gecko was fun to play with.
I remember that April O'Neil figure was real hard to find. And I was like, I need my goddamn April.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care that she's a girl.
I had 7 of those damn things.
I need my April. Well, the first one that came out was real hard to find. Then they re-released it with like orange trim and stuff.
Okay.
Mutagen Man was pretty badass too, because he was one that was easy to fit into the G.I. Joe scheme. Like, this is next level shit Cobra Commander's
Oh, that's fucking cool. Just some crazy Cobra mutant.
Yeah.
Some scientific monstrosity.
Oh, also shout out to fucking Battle Armor Damage He-Man back in the day. The OG run of it.
That was a cool gimmick.
Yeah, that shit was pretty fucking
Yeah, shout out to He-Man in general.
Ooh.
I had
also
a buttload of those.
Fucking quick Silverhawks. Shout out to Silverhawks.
Silverhawks were great. Had a neighbor
Those
with
were another
Silverhawks.
ones where I would be like, Duke got fucking fucked up. He got injured and they Robocopped him and he comes out as a fucking Quicksilver.
Saving the goddamn day.
And then we're gonna go number 1. I'm a fiend. I mean, it gives me Batman. I can be Tomb Raider. I fucking dunk on people. I shoot people in the face, but it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for Nintendo. That was one of the first. I was hooked. Gave me a fucking Nintendo.
Put it in my fucking veins.
Give me that Mario Duck Hunt. What? Get out of here. Shooting ducks in the face.
Do you remember the Micro Machines NES game? Or was it
Hell
Super
yeah.
Nintendo?
Yeah, I remember everything.
You remember everything, Jose. Jose Guzman remembers everything.
Mind of an elephant.
Fucking, it was great. Power Glove.
You had a Power Glove?
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
That's
it's
so bad.
It's so
Were you
bad.
able to use it for stuff?
Yeah.
Use it for looking awesome.
Use it for fucking boss middle school blowjobs.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I got a boss ass Power Glove.
Fucking chick dig the Power Glove in middle school, did they?
No, that didn't happen.
No name.
It sounds like it happened.
No names.
That was too fast and too specific to not be true. I'm just saying.
Battletoads? What?
Don't
When you
try
have
to change
fucking
the subject
blow the
with
cartridge
Battletoads.
and then put
Yeah, you
another
try
one
and
like
blow
on
the
top of it.
cartridge.
Somebody's got to blow the cartridge.
Fucking great.
It was the shit. I loved it. Blades of Steel,
Blades of Steel, man.
Jackal.
I'm gonna search right now to see if
the
Blades
first
of Steel.
fucking Ninja Turtles game where they couldn't swim.
That
Fuck,
game
that
was
game's
awful,
terrible.
but so great.
Turtles that couldn't swim.
Fucking great.
Well, they have to
Awesome.
breathe, and they're allergic to electricity.
Well, who isn't allergic to electricity?
Yeah,
Electricity gives me the heebie-jeebies.
As a matter of fact. Fucking great. Well, shit, yeah. All right, well, that's a fucking great one. That was fun as hell. That was a good one. Fucking thanks, Juan. That was a lot of fun.
A lot of ground to cover on that one.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, so by all means, man, everybody, shoot us an email. Let us know what to do these coming weeks.
Juggalo John in the chat suggested Christmas specials.
Oh,
yeah, we can do that.
Okay, and we can open it up to not just specials. We can open it up
There's
to
Christmas episodes of
Episodes too, because I'm
Episodes?
thinking I can't even. I don't know if I can think of.
Well, let's do specials, episodes, or Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas entertainment. Or do we want to do Christmas movies as a separate thing?
Yeah, I think Christmas movies.
Let's do
can be-
everything. Let's do specials or like Christmas themed episodes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that. Can I keep it TV?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Christmas TV. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Word up.
I like it.
Bringing some
Yeah,
Mr. Hanky the Christmas poo on this one.
Damn right.
That whole episode where it was just their Christmas album, and it was their Christmas special. That episode's great.
How's it going? All right, let's not come. Let's get the fuck out of here. It's getting late.
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a little while. Good stuff.
The problem with comic books is the ink comes off on your hands. Every time you turn the page, you have to wash your hands.
There were 11 million comic books that came out last week, and I'm not all caught up yet. So many. But fucking big shout out, man. 2 weeks ago, Lost Light 25-26 came out. Last week was Unicron 6. Tomorrow is Optimus Prime 25. They're wrapping up the IDW comics for Transformers. And man, just
for good? They're done those?
Yeah, they're ending that whole continuity. I'm sure they're gonna launch it with something new next year.
Yeah, because in Unicron, if you noticed,
story,
yeah, just this universe. If you notice, though, at the end of Unicron and like the back pages, they said Transformers will return in 2019.
Sure, yeah, of course they will, yeah. And just we talk about it a lot over the years, man. But they're some of the best comics that most people don't read, and they're so good. Had some feelings, man, as they kind of wrapped them up. Like
feel those feelings, Lee.
The final issue of Unicron is like the most hopeful comic I've ever read.
Yeah, it's really good. And then Lost Light wrapped up in a very typical Lost Light fashion. It was very character driven, very sincere, but ended with this kind of sense of wonder and adventure that you kind of want out of it. Kind of got to have it both ways. And I don't want to say anything else. I don't want to spoil the ending. I don't think Kelly is caught up on that one yet. So
no.
So I know he's reading the big hardcovers for that one. So I won't spoil the ending.
I just come in for the big events now until I'm caught up.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's a really, really satisfying ending. And I figure probably the Optimus Prime issue tomorrow is probably just kind of like a coda to wrap up some of the.
Yeah, I flipped through it. That's definitely what it is.
Yeah. Which is fine. I'll take any more of that I can, man, because there's a lot of people died in that last Unicron. That was like, holy shit, I didn't see that coming. Like, but big redemption moments for a lot of characters in both those books so far. It's just rock goddamn solid, man. Really, really good stuff. Fucking what else from last week? Speaking of that speaking of them comic book feels, man, Mr. Miracle number 12 is, like I said on the Twitter, some of that good shit.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Like, did not do the thing I really thought it was gonna do.
No, it didn't at all.
Because the cliffhanger for the last issue was, oh shit, like he's kind of been shown the DC universe, like, oh, so this is all kind of, and yeah, it's definitely been kind of an out of continuity story in its own thing. So this is when they're gonna bring him in. He's like, nah, this is not what's gonna happen. He's choosing to not do that. It's like to stay its own thing, which is it's super fucking meta, but like really powerful from a character standpoint. And so like I finished this thing and I'm like, is Mr. Miracle my favorite comic book character now? I'm like, did that holy shit, this is fantastic. It's so damn good. So good. And you know, of course it looks fucking incredible. Just of course it does. It's in like Vision, it's just it's a perfect comic book story.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. Like this is it's a modern masterpiece. Like, people are gonna be talking about this 10 years from now, for sure. Like, it's fucking great. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's a modern classic.
Yeah, get on it, Jose.
Word up.
If you like that Vision, you'll dig this one. It's
yeah, I that Vision was good stuff.
It's fucking perfect. And last thing I'll talk about real quick, it's from a few weeks ago, but I just got around to reading it, was the Witches Bad Egg Halloween special.
That was real good.
It was real good. It was real good. Man, I loved Witches and that whole world and kind of what it's about. Oh, so good. And it was so fucking dark and just like the opposite of that Unicron book. It is not hopeful at all. It is weak and sad, and like I feel bad for everyone in the book. Like every one of the main characters has a fucking raw ass deal. Like it sucks. It sucks to be anyone in a Witches comic book. Like it's really good though. Really good. You can get the first paperback is out there now. Would highly recommend this as well. And apparently the kid that is in this one's gonna be a big focal point in the second arc when it comes out next year. So Witches is good horror comics. It's fucking great. Really like it. Yeah, that's all I got. What you got, Kelly?
Last week, the first issue of a new miniseries from DC came out called Electric Warriors.
Okay.
And it was really fucking good.
All right. What the fuck? What the hell's that?
It's in the future. And it essentially stands on its own. But there's a ton of nods to DC's history. Like, the series is essentially what comes after Commandy. Because you have, like, the humans who within the past however many years,
have kind of come back.
They fought for their rights and are now recognized as people among the animal people.
Okay.
And so the Earth is part of some kind of like universal group thing that requires them to give a representative for both humans and animal people to essentially be gladiators in this like multi-planet gladiator fight.
Okay.
And it's following the two people, the one human and the one animal person, as they go through this process. It's really interesting. I like what they did with it a lot. It's written by Steve Orlando. So if you read the Midnighter book he did a few years back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's the closest thing to that he's written, I think, just in terms of him kind of getting to cut loose with DC's crazy stuff. Yeah, I highly recommend it. I think that one's going to turn out to be really good.
Well, shit, yeah, right on.
And then over the course of Sunday and Monday, I read all three of the Ultimate collections of Bendis's run and Miles Morales books while he was still in the Ultimate Universe.
Oh, okay.
I had never read any of that stuff.
All right.
Because I've grown to really like Miles as a character in the various things that I've read him in. Because for the longest time, I never paid any attention to him, because after Ultimatum happened, I said, fuck anything related to the Ultimate Universe.
That's a fair thing to say.
Yeah. And so now going back and reading all this stuff, and it's really, really good. I'm kind of bummed I wasn't following it from the beginning, but it sure was nice to be able to just binge it all at once like this.
Yeah, I read the first couple trades, and I resented it for not. I was so bummed out when Peter died that I resented the shit out of it. I'm like, nah, I don't like this anymore. I rage quit. Fucking Miles through no fault of his own.
Yeah. No, and I think that's why I'm kind of okay with it, because I didn't give a shit about that Peter Parker anymore, because they didn't seem to care about anything else in that universe, so why should I give a fuck?
You know, that's fair.
I still say Ultimatum's the worst comic that's ever been produced.
It's definitely up there.
Not ever, but
I think
talking big huge events.
I say ever, because it completely damaged an entire line of comics beyond repair.
Pretty much irreparably, yeah.
Yes.
It fucked everything that came after it.
Yes. From that kind of perspective, it's the worst comic ever made.
Yeah.
I think. because not only is it just damaging to other comics, it itself is terrible. It's just fucking atrocious in how it takes glee in just being gross. Like, you have the Blob eating the Wasp, and then fucking Giant Man freaking out and getting big and biting off the Blob's head. And it's like, that wasn't a cool moment. I don't know what you're doing, Jeff Loeb. With Jeff Loeb, we get it. You're sad your kid died. Stop making shitty comics.
Damn.
There was a time.
There was a time where Jeff Loeb made some real shitty comics because he was real sad about his kid dying.
Yeah, no, it sounds pretty savage, but he's not wrong.
No. Ultimatum's trash.
This is Kelly's hot takes from 12-Year-Old Comics.
Yeah, I still get mad when I think about that book.
It's really fucking terrible.
Yeah,
and I was Captain Ultimate Universe for a while, and then I was like, they broke all the toys, and now I don't want to play with them anymore.
Yeah. Remember when, for some reason, Dr. Doom may have been kind of responsible for Ultimatum, but not really, but then the Thing was like, well, fuck you, buddy, and then, smashed his head just cuz.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't good.
No, fuck Ultimatum.
Yeah, it's real bad.
I've actively told people at work not to buy that comic.
Yo, that's the responsible thing to do as a citizen.
Yeah. I've had people bring it up to the checkout, and I said, you don't want this.
They really don't, though. But they think they do. They don't.
This isn't what you think it's going to be.
Somebody else is going to have to ring you up, sir.
Yeah, I can't.
I think I even said, I'm not going to let you do this to yourself.
Your money is no good here.
Yeah. I'll help you find something good.
It's terrible.
Why don't you just smack yourself in the hand with a hammer for an hour?
So bad. Awful. You got anything else?
No, that's about it. I mean, I've been reading a bunch, but those are the only things that I really felt like talking about.
Right on. Anything going on, Knize?
I saw Venom last week before last week's podcast, but we ran.
Oh, and it was a tremendous movie.
Oh, it was fucking stupid.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what a Venom movie should be.
Holy shit. It was made in 2003, obviously. Despite the blaring Migos soundtrack, which would suggest that it is a current day movie.
Did they play the Eminem song?
Yo, how fucking bad is that Eminem song?
They do.
I haven't even heard the song.
It is the end credit song.
Bad.
I'm
afraid.
It is also fucking stupid because he's just
so bad.
He just keeps trying to rhyme things with Venom that don't rhyme with Venom. Bring him, get him, Venom. So
Jam 'em.
Lee talked about the mid-credit sequence as being
So great.
on par with Nick Fury in the first Iron Man.
Right. Yep. And I'm right.
I must. Lee must just be a big fan of those stories because, man, that was cartoonish.
Yeah, sure was. It was great.
Oh my god! Like a fucking. It was a skit. I felt like they were doing a skit, and then I already spoiled the end credits bit for Jose. An Into the Spider-Verse scene. What the fuck?
Yeah, that scene was awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah, but that's Bush League.
It's awesome, but Venom, you can't come with a fucking end credit scene.
Yeah, there should have been a Venom in credits.
They should have started with an Into the Spider-Verse bit.
I'm cool with playing in. I'm completely cool with them doing that, but no, that's fucking.
It reminded me of
Can't
when they had to play the bit from X-Men Days of Future Past in the credits for Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, God, that's right. I remember seeing that and being so confused.
I forgot every single thing about that.
I feel like Venom might be along the same lines at some point. What I did enjoy was we finished the 3rd season of Daredevil.
Yeah, we got a couple left, man. This is rock solid.
Oh, you haven't finished it yet?
I've been busy, man.
Oh, I thought you were already done with it. I'm sorry.
I would like to be.
Yeah, I need to watch more of it still.
We are
I thought
right
you
at
guys
the.
were both fucking done with it.
We're at the Karen episode. That's where we're about to start the Karen episode.
Yeah, I was talking with Jose because he was talking about what he's been watching recently, and I was explaining how there was a Karen episode that is very interesting. No spoiler
Only
for Jose.
more attractive.
No spoiler for Jose, but my favorite bit in any Netflix Marvel show ever is the cold open with Dex vacuuming his apartment.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I thought it was so fucking cool.
All the Dex stuff is great.
Yeah.
That guy is awesome. Like, just...
I can see what Kelly was saying about he's too hot, but, like, he's also very weird looking at times, too. Like, he can be hot, and he can also look like a fucking serial killer.
Yeah, no,
It's his hairline. His hairline. And then lastly, tonight, me and Mary saw Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Oh, how was that?
Wreck-It Ralph is one of our all-time favorites. It is okay. It is great to see these characters again. Some I would wish to see more of. Like, they have a whole Fix-It Felix Calhoun subplot that they start up, and then they just completely ignore them for the rest of the movie. But it's great to see Ralph and Vanellope, and the internet stuff is cool, but I feel like it's dating itself even before the movie comes out. Like, keep things a little bit more loosey-goosey, not so specific with the internet stuff. But it's good. It's Wreck-It Ralph. I'm all about it.
You like the first, you like the second?
Yeah, I think so. But the first is just amazing.
The superior.
Which you still haven't even seen that first one, have you?
No, I've seen the first one.
Oh.
I still haven't seen the Lego movie, first one.
It's so good.
Saw a trailer for that.
Fucking great. It's good. What you got, Jose?
Nothing yet.
What? What about your favorite show?
Yeah, I already talked about True Blood.
Did
I love
you?
it. I haven't gotten a chance to get back into it yet.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna hit up season 2 though.
We could talk about that blowjob from the.
Oh shit! Mahoney's still here.
Blowjob with the power glove.
Yeah.
No power love, Jose.
Yeah, I'm still here. This is the easiest way to listen. So just kind of put you guys on mute and hung out.
Well, shit. I would have asked you your fucking favorite childhood toys. But...
You know what? I was afraid at one point that you might, because I thought it was a list of favorite childhood toys, but then you seemed to give a list of random wood monsters, and I did not know what was going on.
I'm still not sure that 1 week where Kelly came with his favorite cryptids, did he actually think that was the top 6, or was it the entire thing a bit?
You'll never know.
I know what that means.
Yeah, I sent Kelly a message today. I'm like, hey, what's your list of cryptids? I don't want to double dip. Also, spoiler for a bit I'm going to do tonight on the show.
This is where we find out Kelly was Larry Potter.
I wish.
Who was Larry Potter?
I don't ever want to know for real.
I hope he's really some random dude who died, and that's why we've never heard from him again.
Yeah, when I hope he died is the best case scenario. We got a weird situation happening.
Whatever happened to that dude that was calling you from prison, Lee?
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I forgot all about that guy. He definitely didn't make it out. He needed some money, and there was like some shit behind a bookcase. He had a whole scenario going on, and he was in trouble.
He's just in prison doing push-ups and tattooing shit on his knuckles, waiting to get out.
For those
Take it out on that guy.
The show or have forgotten, there was a period where I kept getting voicemails from the Kenosha County Courthouse. In Kenosha,
that's right. I forgot it was by me.
It's right by you, yeah. And this guy, what was the name? He was looking for someone in particular. It was like a Jerry or something. I don't know. But he was looking for somebody. He was calling from jail, and he was trying to get across as much of his message as he possibly could in the time he was allowed to like say his name. It's like, an inmate is calling you from the Kenosha County Correctional Institute. Do you accept the charge from, hey man, come on, let's give me some money. I get out of here. I know we're in trouble, but I need you to come up. Do you accept the charges? He would try to give as much information as he could in the 4 seconds he could. He did it like 4 times in a row one day, and I kind of pieced together a narrative. and then they just stopped. Forgot about that dude. He may be back in jail for fucking up the guy that he thought he was calling for not helping him. You know?
We should do a popped up 6-pack of people who've come and gone from the Popcast. The guy from jail, Larry Potter, Kerouac.
That kid from Taco Bell that time.
Kid from Taco Bell.
Oh man, I wasn't there for that.
Comics guy.
Whatever girlfriend Kerouac was making out with on the show that one time.
Wasn't that Laura?
Who could remember?
Fucking no name.
The one from Walmart.
Oh, the Walmart.
Fucking comics guy.
Fucking comics guy. Yep. I'm sure that movie got made.
Didn't
Definitely.
you see a clip of it?
Fucking great. We've been doing this a long time, guys. We're almost good at it again.
If we can just get some solid internet, maybe improve some equipment.
Damn right. All right. I'm getting sleepy. So we're gonna wrap this motherfucker up. We'll come back next week. We'll talk about our favorite Christmas episodes, specials, stuff on TV.
Christmas specials is all encompassing. If we make that clear.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll do that next week. Email us, popcast@PanelsOnPages.com. Leave us a voicemail, 616-951-1POP, or hit us on Twitter @PanelsOnPages or on Facebook. Knize always puts the list up on the population group on Facebook. So check that out. And we'll do them next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/PanelsOnPages.
Tell us what quarterback you think Jose is going to pick up on waivers in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I will pick him up first.
Jose, you want Ben Roethlisberger?
No, I don't want a quarterback that you have. I want the one Jose wants.
No, I was saying to Jose.
Oh, there you go.
So for Jason Knize, Jose Guzman, Kelly Harris, and my good buddy Mahoney, I'm the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. We'll talk to you guys next week. Night. Love you. Bye-bye.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo! Boo!